Wait! The stream is back! Hello, people. It has been a while to those who have seen my other stream and to those that are new. Hello. Are we ready for the Japan versus West show match? I am very, very much looking forward to it. Or I believe it is a 5 versus 5 tournament. Whichever region takes the most wins takes it. We may have a special guest joining us. However, that depends on if it all depends on how things line up, as getting lots of people together and organizing it can be very, very difficult. And sometimes things come up last minute. Because our guest is someone that was a backup. And if everyone just comes through, everyone shows up, we'll have a guest. We'll have a guest speaker as well. If not, you'll just be having to deal with me, as every other Sundom. By the way, Sundom is coming back. Sundom is tomorrow. We are back once again at our usual time. So get very, very excited for that. I'm going to turn the music down a little bit. Oh, I'm very, very excited. And also, we have new starter decks as well. I believe the tournament today is just in GDO2. GDO2 games. It's going to be the last showdown to go. What has the West come up with? What has Japan come up with? Even though a lot of it's going to be similar. However, even within a lot of that, there's a lot of different play styles you can have. You can play control, you can play more aggressive. And it's going to be interesting to see how those two different sides of the coin show up. But I am very much looking forward to it. I'm very glad as well to be asked to do this broadcast as well. That's very exciting. I like being asked to do here. Kujex is here early. Let's go. Early. I started the stream a little bit earlier, so I want to give time for people to get in, to kind of go over what's happening. Because it's more than just Sundom, you know. This is like intercontinental. This is over to the other side of the world for me, you know. And the fact that we're able to just bring this many people together from all over the world. We've got people from Europe, we've got people from the US, and obviously everyone from Japan. So I'm really excited for this. But also, since the last stream, it's been Christmas. It's been New Year. Did everyone have a nice New Year? Did people get what they wanted for Christmas? Did Santa deliver everything that they wanted? Possibly. Because I know I sure did. I got so much Gunpla for Christmas. It was great. Most specifically, I got the full mechanics Ariel, with Ariel being my favorite mobile suit. I was very, very excited. I'm currently building that, and it is so nice, especially compared to the higher grade model. It's not quite good old ad balloon. The full mechanics is not quite it's not quite a master grade, but I'm still very happy with a lot of the extra detail. There's so many more moving parts to it, so much more detail. There's no color correcting stickers, so I'm not in sticker hell. But there is just significantly more detail around the entire model. As well as just being larger, so it's easier to work with compared to my hands on all the tiny pieces. Oh. The games are going to be starting from around 2, so in like 10 minutes. Approximately. so soon. Oh, as well, GDO3 is just around the corner. And I need to start putting together like shells of all the decks I want to build. Like putting all the GDO1 and GDO2 cards together, starter deck cards I want to put into them. Just so I can then slot the new stuff in. And there's like 3 decks I want to build. Surprisingly, Age takes up is found the way into 2 of them. So I want to build a Zumbo plug does go here. Go play Zumbo Sim because Dan is taking part in this tournament as well. He's done a lot of good work on Zumbo, especially for practicing and testing, just getting to play with these cards early before they come to local. So maybe you can dominate your local scene with new cards before it even begins. I will say I do have myself a couple of GDO3 cards already, thanks to Tournament Pack 3 starting in January, before the set releases. So I have myself some very, very nice things. And one of them is a winner card as well, because I got a shiny yesterday. I played well at locals, I got a winner card, so it all feels good. Zaft is one of the decks I'm going to put in a shell together. I've got all the LRs I need. I am just very much debating how I'm gonna. I think I have an idea on how I want to play it. It's not pure Zaft, but I think it's a Zaft deck that'll work. Where it's a Zaft, but mainly focusing on the Providence and less of the full toolbox that Zaft has. Which one's DSH? Hyakushiki. New cards, I don't know all the anagrams yet. And I also can't remember all of the winner cards. Because I myself picked up a winner's Ale Strike. Which, ooh... Death Scythe Hell. Nice. The art on it looks very nice. Oh, this is Junhai. Okay. Now I know who it is. Yeah, that's what I was like, oh, I don't recognize this person. And then it was like, oh, this is Junhai. Oh, are you ready for the tournament? Yeah, it's like, for me, the 3 decks I'm building are going to be Zaft. I want to build, like, the Age deck that I've seen some people messing around with, where it's mainly focusing on a ramping to first strike, and then just kind of controlling the board there. And then also we'll just want to build a blue-green Earth Feddy pile with like the Age stuff, the ramp, and Penelope. Green-white, I burnt out with after sets 1 and 2. I played so much of it. Yeah, some people. Hey, I'm trying to make sure I'm not leaking your strats, Danny. I'm not gonna spread. Hey, I'm stealing this, and everyone's gonna look at you and go, "Oh, the strats." I'm not gonna let people know what you're doing, because that way you can just go to Eagles and take over. Nice. I have not been. Every time I look at Ayuk, it just feels like a worse blue-white control to me. But God, nah. If you can make it work, though, fucking hats off to you. Nice. Oh, the age deck's public. Oh yeah, well, I'm okay. I'm stealing the age deck from Danny. And also, it kind of was calling to me because in my last new type challenge, in my participation bag, I pulled the Flitasuno alt art from my participation pack. So I am going. Oh, the age is calling me, Danny. Yeah, I think that's the issue with a lot of decks. A lot of decks have something there, but there's no payoff for like playing a worse version of another deck. I don't know. I wouldn't call the Flitasuno the best alt. It's such a good alt. And the thing is, if I watch Age, it might jump up from the scene that it's showing. However, I have not seen Age, so outside of I like what they've done with the reflection in the helmet. Like, I don't know. It might become more impactful then. I think personally for me, my favorite alt from set 2 is the Tall Geese, because I really like the graffiti style of it. But outside of that, I honestly, it's all the alt arts are so good. Like, I don't think there's been a miss with the alt arts. I think that's one thing I can confidently say. And hopefully soon we'll start seeing the set 3 alt arts as well. Because there's some cards I know I really want to see. The Providence alt art. Oh, the Providence alt art is going to be so good. Oh. Again, and the age 2 looks really clean just on the base LR, so seeing that in alt art again, so nice. Honest, oh God, there's too much good stuff. Honestly, I think the Rowler Kraust is going to get an alt art as well. I think that's going to be a pilot that gets one. Yeah, now we are past 2 o'clock, I believe. The games will be starting soon. We're just making sure everyone is together. I think if Rowler Kraust gets an alt art, he's going to bankrupt some of my locals because he exclusively plays Zaft. He is the Zaft warrior. Like, out of everyone, so he knows the deck inside and out. He is just on it. So, like, he knows, like, so many of the different quirks. And, like, he's what that's made me go, damn, I want to make Zaft work eventually. And now that we have, the new support, we have an actual payoff for playing Zaft. I'm thinking... And I'm definitely going to give it a good old try at locals. Oh, and I'm seeing some movement in the Discord server, people getting in the waiting room, so I do believe things are going to start happening. We're going to be able to see the first games. Ooh, very, very exciting. I can't wait to see everything go up. We're just in that little waiting stage currently. Where everyone's trying to get together, everyone's planning their games, what's going to happen. And soon, I'm going to cut the music now because it's been going on for a little bit of amount of time. I can imagine it's getting a little bit silly now. Ooh. For me, I'm literally at this point just waiting for the hey, here's the game. Let's go. Also, if I remember correctly, I believe there's 2 more SPs actually to reveal for set 3 as well. Yeah, it is the Fable Wing Zero waiting room. What are we thinking? The SPs are the last 2 SPs are going to be. Because they've shown it's not just starter deck stuff. And we know that both set 1 and set 2 are a show resolve would be a shout. I will say it would have been so funny if they revealed the SP for Overflowing Affection and it was just the beta art. That would have been so funny. God, please don't be G-Witch related, please. That's all I'm asking. I'm already thinking that set 4, when I'm building like my 8 Soletta deck, that's gonna be like the one deck that I go, I'm gonna like full alt the deck. You know, I get like the very shiny version of every card. If we drag SPs into that, oh, ow, my bank. A 1 in 3k, no! I don't need these kinds of odds. This is not what we need, Danny. And I do have confirmation that once the first match starts, we will have that special guest. Who the guest is? Ooh, no one knows. Only I know the secrets, but I am the one that controls the stream. But I do not control the tournament now. However, I do have the names of who will be playing. The first game is going to be the one, the only, the man, the myth, the legend, Dan Hugo, creator of Zumbo Sim. versus Nakomi on the Japan side of things. I am very, very, very excited. Who could it be? Make sure I'm spelling names correctly. Oh, just everyone's getting together. I can see all the I can see the briefing rooms from both sides. Slowly. So I need to take a drink. Slowly but surely filling up. Looks like everyone from the Japanese side is on there, but we're still missing a couple of people from from the West. Luckily, one of those people is down, so the first game might be underway very, very soon. I am extremely, extremely excited. And hopefully we see some good gameplay. I do already have a Dan's list that he will be playing. And I know there's a couple of people. I know it's a list Danny would approve of as well. It's not age, but Danny would still approve. But I am very, 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 very excited. Danny wonders, what could it possibly be? This is where I'm joking, and it's actually Danny's least favorite deck. Unlimited Gym Works. Also, are we ready for 1 Year War to just inhale the new clan gym because it's Jim and green? The deck is how many 1-drops do you want? And the answer is yes. Because the thing is, set 3, I don't think Wing and 1 Year War are going to disappear from the meta. I don't think they're any worse. But I think other decks are going to be able to challenge them a little bit more than they were. Especially, I think Wing is a deck that's taken the bigger hit to what it can deal with. Because a lot more decks have a level 6 or higher top end now that they want to focus on. Because from what I've noticed, a lot of the reason why Wing Zero is so good currently is because so many of the like other decks that just have level 5 or lower as 99% of their deck, and that's what they focus on. But now, like, level 6 are becoming more common. There's a lot more of them coming about. So very, very happy to see that. And there we go, everybody is full. Is it full of someone just moved around trying to get things together? I believe that's what it is. Come on, we need to get the game started. Come on, come on, come on. We need to give the people what they want. And what I want as well, because I want something to commentate. Please! Please give me something to commentate. Please! If you give me something to commentate, my life is yours. But then again, this is a Bandai game, and even when it's not hosted by Bandai, Bandai stuff happens, and Bandai is always late. So frankly, this is just par for the course. The only difference is, unlike Bandai streams, where they just put on a little B-roll video, they just let that go until the games are right about to start. I am the idiot that says, you know what? I'm just going to try and commentate open space for 30 minutes. Going to fill the air with ramblings, with my thoughts on the meta, where I think decks are going to go. And hopefully, I won't completely bore everybody to death, and then eventually the games will start. Because I've been here for like 30 minutes now. There's been no games. There are no games. No games whatsoever. But soon. Very soon. Oh. And so I wonder, what we'll see first from the Japanese side. We know what. We know the deck coming from Dan in game 1. But as for the Japanese side, no idea. I've also not looked too much at what the Japanese meta is. Mainly just because I was so focused on the meta like in Europe, where that's where I was competing. And you know what? It worked out for me. Because since the last Gundam stream, I have been to Dusseldorf, I went to the LCQ, I got top 8, and I qualified for finals. I got my hero, I got my Amuro. So, while I did not qualify for Worlds, this year has been what I wanted it to be. And I don't think I could have asked for anything more. Main goal in the new year is to then try and do better, you know, qualify for Worlds again. Not qualify for finals again. And then when it comes to the finals, I want to do better. In the finals, I got some really rough matchups and I ended up 52nd, which is not the best, but I didn't lose all my games, which felt very nice. And overall, I can't be mad where I ended up. But this year, I aim to do better. So rather than 52nd, I can say, okay, let's go for top 32, top 16. Depending on how I feel, I might even say, you know, let's make that push for Worlds. I think especially as the game goes on, I think it'll become more skill-based. Where you can... There's obviously going to be a best decks of play. But I think it won't just be a, oh, I'm playing this deck and my opponent's playing this other deck. That's an instant loss. I think it'll be a harder game, but I just need to know how to play around this deck. So maybe by the time December rolls around, we have the EU finals again. We have a few more sets under the belt of the game. That'll be what happens. And I keep seeing movement in the calls on the Discord where all the games are happening. And I'm going, oh, is it time? And then nope, someone's just changed the status somewhere. Nadafta, I recognize the profile picture, but I think YouTube is not showing me the actual names that I'm used to seeing. So please reveal the username and that I know. God, I remember when websites just used to work. It wasn't integrate 15 things at once. Oh, this is your actual username here. Maybe I'm just forgetting. Maybe you just have the same profile picture as someone. Maybe. I'm just stupid and forgetting names. I've not been in the stream for a while. And if so, I deeply, deeply apologize. Brain has not been working recently. Hopefully the stream's getting back up. I'll get my brain doing stuff again. But if not, and this is one of your first times here, welcome! Welcome to the stream. I hope you enjoy your stay. I've been saying the games are almost on their way for so long now, and yet the games just keep slowly inching their way further and further away. Oh. But soon. Oh, we have had people jumping in to the stage, so I'm assuming that stuff is happening, and apparently there is going to be an opening ceremony, in which case I'll go to unmute so people can hear the opening ceremony from there. So I'm going to turn up desktop audio.
大丈夫か。
そう、大丈夫
あ、来た。あ、もう来た来た。はい。
来ましたね。
じゃあそういうわけでね、Hello, Brad. All global user.
Hey, how's it going? Long time no see.
Yeah.
The voices of Heine, Junhai
では、まあ、
coming
慣れな
through.
い英語は置いといて一旦日本語で挨拶させていただきましょう。じゃあ、孫さんよろしくお願いします。はい。本日は皆さんお集まりいただきまして、ありがとうございます。
I believe that means thank you in my limited knowledge of Japanese.
できるわ。うん、一言で。
あ、ごめんなさい。もう一度いいですか、ちょっと。
あ、ごめん。本日は集まっていただいて皆さんありがとうございます。
Thanks everybody for getting together today. I'm translating for Heine, but
で、今日は僕たちも、みんなと、グローバルサーバーのみんなと対戦できるのを楽しみにしていました。
we're really looking forward to playing with the global server, the best people from the global server this season.
で、この場をお借りして、毎シーズンいつも、何度もこの対抗戦を、一緒に開いてくれるグローバルサーバーの皆さんにこの場を借りて感謝します。
We'd really like to thank you guys for coming out and making the time to do this as well for us.
はい、そんなわけでね、いつも開いていただいて、とっても感謝していることをお伝えした上で、ここから先を翻訳してほしいんですが、あれですね、今回、前々回、前回と、日本サーバーが連勝しているので、日本サーバーとしては3連勝を目指していきたいと思います。
Right. So we've done this 2 times in the past so far, and so far Japan has won both of those, and we're looking to win a third time.
まあじゃあ、
Yeah.
代表の方も何かご挨拶を。
The fighting words coming from Heine.
Could we get a few words from anybody from the captain?
Yeah, sure. I guess that probably falls on me.
どうなの
It has been an extremely exciting series of matches. I don't think I'll ever forget the excitement of when Levi top decked exactly what he needed to win in the finals to close out the series, and then proceeded to get peaceful timbered on his RX-78 and lose the game. The wave of our team believing we were doomed into seeing our saving grace and thinking we had won it, only to be doomed in the end, was honestly a roller coaster of emotion for the first time we did this.
Yeah, it definitely was. なんかoh, is it okay if I just say
Yeah,
what you were
absolutely.
saying first?
100%.
すごい今までの
And now we have the translation.
楽しくていつももうヒヤヒヤした戦いをいつもさせてもらってありがとうございますっていうところと、特になんか1回目のところの時に最終戦でリヴァイがもう勝つために絶対必要なガンダムアムロを引いたところにハイネさんが逆転で音
色がね
音色を弾いたところが本当にもうなんかいつまでも忘れられないっていうところを
そうですね
ちょっと言ってたんで、はい、
僕も忘れられないです、あれはアニメの主人公だったね、俺間違いなくね
だからもうそうかなり悔しい思いをしてるけど今回は頑張って逆転していきたいっていうところは思ってるっていうところまではい、いただきました。
はいはい。
Any other last
I do believe that this is the most well-versed our team has been in a format. I do feel very confident this time. It's the most comfortable I've personally felt in a format. And this time, Levi did not place a curse on Junhai, so I'm hoping that will work out in our favor.
今回はとても今回のメンバーに自
Unfortunately,
信を持って
for
いるとい
Levi,
うところ
there's still
で
time. Levi, there's still time for a
頑張
curse.
って選定されたようでしてで今回も純杯また、参加されてるけどまあリヴァイにちょっと呪いはかけられない状態で参加できていると信じて今回は活躍されるかなっていうところは期待してるっていうところです。
はい、了解いたしました。
はい
はい、はい、もうOK。じゃあグローバルサーバーの皆さんもありがとうございます。いつもね毎回変なドラマがいつも発生する大会にできて、見応えもとってもあるゲームにいつもできているかなと思うので、そういうふうなゲームを今回もお互いにしていきたいですね。それで、やっぱりいい勝負にもとってもなると思うので、またお互いの健闘を祈って、ご挨拶に変えさせていただきたいと思います。
Right, yeah. So we'd like to. We're always very excited about the great battles that we always have, and yeah, we're hoping to have another really good one for the books as well today.
Wonderful. Well, I think we are ready to get rolling here.
いつでもいけますっていうところでということで。
はい。わかりました。では、今回もお互いにナイスゲームを、誓って、勝負してまいりましょう。じゃあ皆様、Good luck, have a fun!
Alright, good luck. Have fun.
Good luck.
Good luck. 日本の皆さんもね、よろしくお願いしますは、だいたい Good luck, have a fun とか Good luck で OK なんで、ぜひお互いに Good luck で返してあげてください。
Good luck.
Good luck.
はい。では、先方、まあ、ファーストの、ジャパニーズサーバー側が、ネコミさんと、グローバルサーバー側が、ちょっと待ってね、よいしょ、ロースターが、ダン・ウォール。
Yes, Dan will be first.
Yeah, so first match is Dan vs Nakomi.
So
I'm
from
very
us, we have
excited.
Nakomi starting us off.
はい。
So I guess you guys can.
で、そのお二人
Here
は、
we go.
ウェイティングルーム&控室の方に移動をしてください。で、お互いの、グローバルサーバーや、ジャパニーズサーバーの配信の方から応援
Yeah, games are getting ready to start now, so I'm going to turn down.
Great, so everyone can go back to the waiting room, and if you're not playing right now, and cheer on your own team from the stream.
そんなわけで、今回の海外の配信もございます。海外の方は、こちらのよいしょ、メンニンブルーが対応してくれます。で、メンニンブルーの、配信の URL をこちらに置いておきますので、もしね、海外の方の配信はどうなっているのかって見てみたければ、こちらの URL の方にお願いいたします。
Makoto, translation please, so I can say thank you.
Oh, he was just doing a shout out. He's saying that if anybody wants to watch your stream, they can watch. He's just sharing the link.
Oh yeah.
With everybody
Okay.
So that they can join your stream if they want to.
Yeah, and I will do the same to Heine. Go check out Heine. Very cool person. Every time I've had very limited interactions with, and also share the love across the oceans, the seas, the several land masses. Big respect to everyone in the Gundam community.
Oh, thank you. もうかなりたくさんのリスペクトを送りますっていうこのもう世界いろんなところから来てる人たちもいるんで、
なるほど。
はい、いつも
ありがとうございます。
やっておりますっていうところで。
いつもね、ブルーにもブルーが配信してくれて。
ハ 配信もみんなに共有しますって。
ありがとうございます。いつもブルーの配信もね、ブルーの配信のおかげで、僕も海外の対戦事情とかが分かって、とても情報としてすごいありがたいことになっているので、いつもお世話になっております。本当にありがとうございますと。
Yeah. He's saying that Man in Blue, Heine always watches your streams. And yeah, it's always good education for him to see what's going on around the world in the Gundam card game meta.
Nice. Thank you very much. Arigatou gozaimasu. I will be sure to watch your stream soon. It's the only thing I know I understand is that one little bit that I have picked up from me trying to learn some Japanese for when I eventually visit. Oh.
いつか会いに日本に行くときに勉強しときますっていうところで、今のところはありがとうございますっていうところで覚えてるって。
OK です。また僕も英語を勉強しておきます。はい。はい、OK です。じゃあそしたら、選手のお二方、準備の方をお願いできますか。てか準備僕らが喋り込んじゃいましたが、準備をお願いいたします。
これもカメラつけちゃって大丈夫なんですかね。
はい、カメラつけて大丈夫です。
はい。
Right, I believe things are going to get going now.
僕やブルーは基本的には対戦が始まりましたら、そのままミュートにしておきますので。いやー、ダーンいいね、そのサイファのマット。
With the illegal pile shuffle is my funniest ruling. The funniest ruling for me in any tournament.
いやー、配信の皆さんになんですけどね、僕もこのダンとね、妙な奇妙なつながりがありまして、もうダンとはなぜか前のカードゲーム、ファイアーエムブレムサイファーをやってる時からの友達でして。なんかこうしてあれガンダムカードゲームもやってるのって言って今ここでグローバルサーバーとジャパニーズサーバーで偶然再開したっていう。
And with that, the games are very much about to get underway. And also, we now have our guest in. Say hello, Mr. Special Guest. It is Dom.
Happy to be here.
Oh. And now we transition over to the game on stream, and we can see everything. Oh, that was a nice little introduction. It is also very cool to learn that I have people like Heine watching the streams as well. I thought that was very cool.
I absolutely adore Heine. He has been such a big part of why, like, outside of regionals, English players even get to have a perspective into like what Japan's doing with deck building and how they're playing the game.
Yeah, his channel is one I need to look at more as well. Because like since like I very much was a little too focused, I think, on the European side of things. So I'm going European events, what's going on there.
Yeah, I absolutely have run into that in all of my experience playing Magic. There was definitely a lot of almost closed-mindedness with restricting to within your region or your language, even though you were allowed to use whatever language cards you wanted. That didn't mean you interacted with the players from those regions that use those languages more often. And so what would happen is if you traveled to like Japan or Europe, the meta would be very different than if you were playing at your LGS or even a regional level event here in the US. So it's I've made it a very high priority of mine coming into Gundam to make sure I'm communicating with European players, make sure I'm communicating with Japanese players, and getting these perspectives of these different regions, just to make sure I'm a little more open-minded and fluid with my deck building myself.
Yeah, that's something I definitely need to get into my own mindset of, where it did me. What I did has done me good enough for what I want to do this season. But I know if I want to push further than just qualifying for like EU finals, I would need to do a lot more to both improve as a player and also with my deck building as well. Because I got by at the LCQ in Dusseldorf a lot on luck. I just saw all the matchups that I wanted to see.
I will say you're also a very good player, and I was super excited when I found out that you had qualified, because I know that was a big thing you wanted to accomplish, and I know you also weren't expecting to accomplish it by the first Nats, so I was really so glad to get that news.
Yeah, no, it was one of those where I knew I had the potential to do it, because I have played so much of this game. But after the my first regionals in Bristol, I was really down on, oh god, it's just not going to happen because I just get high rolled. I stuck with the same deck because I knew it could do well, and I knew it could do well enough. And I only saw one matchup that I didn't want to see, and my opponent did not see it, and I won that game. And outside of that, it was just, I built a more anti-blocker deck, because, I'm going, if one war sees it, I'm dead anyway, so I'm going to build into anti-blocker deck and anti-stall. And then when I actually started playing the game, I ran into how many white decks? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 heavy blocker decks, which meant Shenlong just says no to them, and the amount of times it was just they try and play a little aggressive because they see I'm playing green, for example, or they assume it. They go a little aggressive. They swing early blockers. And then on-curve Shenlong Link just deletes a board.
Absolutely, and I think it's actually, meta reading is so important when it comes to regionals and stuff, and if you pay attention and keep your ear to the ground with what's going on in your region, I think it's very easy to read the meta a bit, and that's one thing I love about these international events we host, it's so hard to read the meta, because at most, you're maybe seeing a post on Twitter here or there, you're maybe DMing 1 or 2 players from the region, but it's so hard to really encapsulate everything that's going on. And I think it just makes it really interesting and kind of sometimes can open up lines that your region might not think of, which is part of why we host them at the tail end of a set. We also want to see kind of what the final status of a meta for the region is before we host these events. So I'm really excited to see this. I know Dan is more of a combo player throughout TCGs, and there's not really a lot of combo decks or even combos that go into Gundam at the moment outside of Pilot Unit. So I'm excited to see what he's on today.
Yeah, I do think it's going to change with time. Of course, I think Gundam will eventually see a little more things, especially because Bandai love their archetypes. Which, pilots do kind of do that already. But, we have some more generic ones that you can take out of an archetype and they still work fine. Your Kira and Amuro, you see them not in Earth-fed decks. Just because they're really, really good cards.
Yeah,
but
100%. I think if we go back throughout, we're only 2 sets in fully, and we have the reveals of the 3rd set. But if we go back to the original starter decks and the first set, I think we see a lot of really strong generic cards, honestly, for all the colors. But then as we move forward into starter decks 5, 6, 7, 8, and GDO3,
It's like
video too.
archetype.
We're seeing a lot more, hey, if you want this really crazy effect, you can't just slap it on anything. You need to have the right card for it.
Yeah.
And so I do think Gundam will move to a situation where we maybe have a little more combo potential down the road.
Yeah.
But we're definitely not there yet.
Definitely. I think the closest to a combo deck we have currently is Zaft. Because it has a lot of give a Zaft unit this, give a Zaft unit that, giving keywords to it based on the AP. And it has suffered a lot due to there not being much of an end game finisher. And them not having any really early defenses. Because like their only real high end was the dual Gundam, which you need to play all Zaft if you want to make sure it goes off. But I think now with the Providence, I reckon like my build of Zaft, I'm like just gonna cut the LR dual. I'm not gonna care about, going wide on board. And I'm just gonna focus on, Zaft support and Providence. Then putting some cards to save in the early game, no point. Again, it's the thing that's going to happen with a lot of decks. It's just going to be white blockers early game, and then like a kind of different top end you want to play.
Absolutely. I'm not gonna lie, this is looking a lot like multiple of my matches from my NTC last night. Just a board of blockers and no one's doing anything.
Yeah, the NTCs have been really fun for me. Luckily, I have won at least one of every new type challenge so far. So I have kept my collection of very shiny units going.
I'm very guilty of I have only kept 2 cards from all of my NTC tops and wins.
Now I'm at this point I'm keeping one of each until I don't win one.
I kept 2 Camille's, or I guess both the Camille's I won because I don't think I'm ever gonna play him, but there's this part of my brain that just like gets scratched by the idea of like, oh, it's just Hero Yui but white.
Yeah, because like 3-2 is such a good like boost. The biggest issue is requiring, just a base that's white.
Yeah, I do love my Corsicas and I do love my white base, which makes it really hard to like fit Camille into my deck building, because as much as I love Kusanagi and Archangel, I just don't see as much value out of them as I tend to with Corsica and white base.
Yeah, it's just... Again, there's so many things that's like waiting for something to come out that'll make it worth running, or be like, oh, I can run this over this instead. Which I think is going to come with the... the advent of archetypes.
Yeah.
Because
I think we'll see a lot more stuff that gives us an opening of like, okay, maybe this card isn't as strong as this other one in a vacuum, but it fits into this archetype better, it fits the niche better, and it's going to provide a lot more value in this specific deck. Whereas right now, for a lot of decks, it's just a free-for-all of what card's best in a vacuum. I mean, Amuro just sees so much play because you can put it on anything. You don't even need to run Gundam RX-78. You can just run Amuro. The same thing is honestly kind of true with Kira, but I think when it comes to actually playing the game, Kira gets a lot of strength from the fact that not only does he have a super strong effect that's generic,
super strong links.
6 or 7 links that are playable that you can put him on. And I think that makes a big difference for the value of a card.
Yeah, especially the Ale Straggling. It's why when you have like early card game, the meta's been going on for a while, everyone's going, I'm sick of this card, it's played too much, I want to see a Bando limited. I think Kira gets brought up a lot because of the prevalence, but I don't think it's actually an issue in power compared
into Kira. I think Kira's strength should probably be like, right now he's an all-star, but I think long term I'd like to see a power leveling Gundam where maybe he's slightly above average.
Yeah, again, I think that's where like the starter deck Kira is going to be. I don't see it ever being like, the effect itself is so good. Just any attack, I'm just going to nerf a guy, bait gives you board control. That I don't think it's like an evergreen type of effect.
If an Amuro comes down here, this could be an issue for Dan.
Yeah.
Okay, no Amuro.
Yeah, just lets this one through.
Yeah, not a lot of value in blocking that. I think ideally Dan just wants to kind of take the hits he can and then find an opening if he can hit his own Kira and potentially an Amuro.
Yeah, the blue. I've not played the blue out mirror in so long because sometimes it really does feel like it all comes down to, oh, that's a very good steroid to give.
100%. This is going to make blocks a lot less valuable. And
Strike pack.
bursting in.
That's a very useful hit. You don't mind throwing one of those away to a.
Probably one of the few things that can really improve the situation for him here.
Yeah, because it looks like Nakomi's like out of resources, so they can't bring down anything else.
Yeah,
and if you just get
right here now that they have a paired Gundam, even if you were to like burst naval or unforeseen, it's not going to prevent any hits from getting through. So Striker Pack was really the only out to help slow down this push that Nakomi's opening up.
Yeah, and you don't really mind going, okay, you're gonna swing. If you swing your Rick Diaz, I can just block with this thing that I got for free. So it's just swinging tempo in your favor.
This is a rare board state where Ilfrith is really falling behind compared to if you had Rick Diaz's or even Zawart's on your board.
Yeah, it's definitely well, it's just because I'm so used to Lifrith being the one I want to see because of all the wing mirrors I've run into. So I'm always going, I want the 4 HP, I want to make sure I have something that survives. Ooh, Kusanagi, that's good.
Another good burst. I assume he's going to be bouncing the Rick Diaz here.
Yeah.
That just all out stops this onslaught that he's attempting.
Yeah. I will say, thank God I know all the cards from set 2. Otherwise, I'd need to be like, which card is this? I need to read the name, because I can't properly read Japanese. I'm glad I just know everything by heart, not having to read stuff.
100%. I can barely read English.
Yeah, but you're American, so that's a given.
This is true.
Ooh, some very, very good bursts, though. Definitely
The
it.
shields are looking very good early here.
He's putting
I
5.
don't know if I should be saying early. It's turn 6.
Yeah, he's put aside. He's put aside 4 and 1, which is screaming.
Aelkira.
Aelkira. Yeah.
The dream, which I highly doubt it, but the dream would be Aelkira and then slam Amuro onto Gundam. He has the resource for it, but I find it hard to believe that he'd also have the cards for it.
Yeah, now it's 3. Oh, there's the Amuro.
Gundam Amuro is going to be helpful here. I assume he's going to be resting Ale.
Yeah.
So my guess with him setting aside the 5 earlier is that he was probably debating between an Aelkira and Gundam Amuro. Or he miscounted.
Maybe. The question is, how's he going to deal with units here? Because now he has the buff and everything.
Yeah, this is an awkward position where really all he can do is trade out a few units, and unfortunately, his opponent is going to be sitting here with 2 very strong units.
Yeah, just the Kiras.
One with what we see now. If he can put any pilot on his unpaired RX-78, he would be able to clear both of his opponent's units, though. So
Yeah, biggest issue is a.
or doesn't have it.
Now the biggest issue is the Zowart right now, because it's just gonna eat any kind of big. If he tries to give a big swing, it's just gonna completely eat it.
Yeah, because if he has, I don't know if he's holding off on it to try and get rid of the small stuff or if he just doesn't have it. But if he has a pilot to put on the RX-78, he can swing the Striker Pack token into either of the big things and clear it because it would get 2 buffs.
Yeah.
And he'd have 2 swings with Gundams, which would allow him to clear second thing even with the Zawart present. And then he can trade out his second Ulfrith for Sword Strike, which I think would be a pretty ideal situation.
Yeah, like, ideally, again, like you say, I think just ending with a clear board after this will be very...
It would be the dream.
Yeah, just because having 2 Kiras is a lot of value that he can gain.
100%. It gets stronger every turn that passes, especially with
on a Gundam. Yeah,
that's effectively negating 4 AP every turn.
Which is so much. God. No, I remember...
That's a perfect strike. That's an AL strike. It's any unpaired flagship blocker. For free.
Yeah, it basically says, 1 hit me, or I'm at full health, essentially.
If he swings this, I think our hopes are kind of gone of what I was imagining.
Yeah, so I guess he doesn't have it. Does let him just take the Sword Strike. Yeah, if this swings, it just eats a Zawart.
Yeah, this is unfortunate, but I think he's going to end up doing it.
Yeah. If for me, I would take out the Gundam.
100%.
Oh, he lets it through.
Value.
Yeah, he just lets it through.
Interesting.
It's not what I was expecting.
Yeah, me neither. That was surprising to me, at least.
Because like
Grandpa really offers a lot of value in terms of just being able to turn a lot of your smaller blockers into really relevant attackers that you normally can't generate as many of in this deck.
Yeah, because like my
constantly have these decent swings going on.
Okay. Bounces the Zawart. Ah, okay, and now he's just gonna swing.
Okay, now he's clearing
Just
the board.
yeah. Okay, I see.
It's not the dream scenario, but this is a way to get out of that board state and stabilize and hopefully save yourself.
Yeah, it did have to sacrifice, just a full health base. But it's a nice swing, especially just because, getting through is very important.
And it's really interesting in this game that they burned through all those resources and they did all that, and yet both of them are kind of sitting here with a full hand just because both have activated in Ale, or I guess one activated in Ale, one activated 2 Kusanagi's, but a lot of cards have been bouncing back and forth, so even though a lot has felt like it's been happening, we still both have pretty full hands.
Yeah, I think that's just the thing with the blue-white mirror in general. They aren't... Because the biggest thing I complain when I've seen people bouncing off the game, Justice coming down is very good.
Justice is, in my opinion, one of the most influential cards you can slam in this mirror, because it just gives you such an opportunity to outvalue your opponent in cards if they don't have the answer to bounce the token. But secondly, there's not a lot of 7/7 power health value plays in blue-white. And yes, granted, it comes down on 2 bodies, but I would argue that almost makes it better in a lot of matchups.
Yeah.
Because then it gives them 2 units they have to deal with. They have to block twice. And that Fathom effectively negates the fact that Zawart exists.
Yep. And again, another really big thing as well, just because of the stat stick of the 5/5, there's... The only time in, like, blue-white you get bigger than that is if you hit them with the Unicorn, or if you hit them with a Freedom to not die to it.
Yeah, 100%. You have those options, and you have Cure Repair / Link, and that's it. And frankly, in this matchup, I don't think either of them are going to be putting down a Unicorn. So this Justice is probably going to be the largest vanilla body we see without a pilot.
Yeah, I don't know. I can imagine Dan. I remember Dan is a combo player, so I can see him going for something down a Unicorn route.
He is. I will say, I have a sneaking suspicion that I am very familiar with this list he is on.
Oh, but no, see, but now I need to be on Nakomi's side. Nakomi is running aerial and Soletta. What do you mean I need to be on their side now?
You're talking about a combo, and I didn't expect this one of all things.
This was, yeah, like I said, it's got high maneuver. You can't block it.
You can't do that, Dan. No.
Sorry, Dan.
This gives an interesting situation to deal with.
Oh no, this swings it entirely in Nakomi's favor, I think.
Dan has the hand, but can he get the board to stop this? Because he's got burned through 2 blockers and hit for 7 damage. That's a tall task for any board. What are the odds he can wing 0 his way out of this?
Not much. Like, in my experience playing a... no, when I have been playing Wing Zero,
Yep.
the high maneuver rebuild is like you need to get rid of it. Because it can...
I guess his outs here are Ale Amuro. Gundam Amuro can also make a decent situation out of this.
Yeah, Ale Amuro is like the key one to just get rid of both.
If you Ale Amuro, you can bounce Rick Diaz, you can rest Sword, you can clear Aerial with Justice Token, and then he just has a Gundam that would unfortunately
No, you clear that with Lifrith, because that'll be at 3. Ale Amuro would just be Elfrith Amuro would just be gone. Finds a Kusanagi.
This is huge.
Probably.
You definitely bounce the Rick Diaz.
Yeah, Rick Diaz goes away.
Because Rick Diaz can hit you, and right now I think we're more scared of getting hit than generating extra value with what we're able to kill on board. The one thing that scares me is with 2 resources up, there is a world where we see an
Unforeseen, yeah.
that just takes all momentum away from Dan.
Oh. Also, just realized when it said Lifrith can take out the Gundam, I was hallucinating a Gundam Amuro that doesn't exist.
Yes,
so just ignore me.
Amuro, which is now out of the picture.
Yeah.
Dan is seeing a lot of cards, and it doesn't seem that any of them are the right cards.
I imagine he's looking for an Amuro just so he can just, one shot. Like, he'll be able to just rest the Zowar, one shot the rebuild, and then probably just I would see a way he will just nuke both units into the Gundam, because it'd just be infinite value at this point.
Yeah. Oh no.
He's just gonna let it ride, it seems.
He has an unforeseen.
That's a definitely debating.
That peak.
Makes the block.
So the nice thing is, as long as he doesn't have a link, we're not written off yet.
Yeah.
The worry is if he sees a second aerial at any point.
Yeah. Yeah, we know that there's one blocker in hand for Nakomi, because that's what got bounced.
I'm really suspecting that Nakomi is sitting on that blocker we know of and an unforeseen incident. I cannot tell you for the life of me the 3rd card. I really think he has an unforeseen incident.
Oof.
I think his body language has told us a lot about what he's sitting on.
Yeah. He's gonna try and take out. He's gonna
take the clear on the Gundam if he doesn't have unforeseen.
Yeah, just taking the Oh, doesn't have it.
I know
Doesn't
nothing
have it.
about the world. I've been
Doesn't have it.
clueless. He debated me.
Well, the thing is, that's the smart thing you have to do sometimes. You know, the amount of times I've peeked, like my opponent's done something, I peek at my hand, knowing full well I have nothing there, and I've seen them go, I'm just gonna do. I'm not going to do that actually.
A lot of the time when my locals ask me what they could have done better, I tell them like, oh, you should have gone for this or you should have gone for that. And their first response is often like, well, what if you had the answer for it? And I'm like, well, then you lose, but you were going to lose anyway. So you should force me to have that card. And Dan did a good job of taking the initiative and really forcing Nakomi to have the answer here.
Yep, there's the unforeseen to save the base for another turn.
That can be game-changing. It's unfortunate to not get value of helping a unit survive out of it, but sometimes you just gotta take the little wins.
Yeah. I will say, another strat that I found really useful as well is the power of not looking at your hand on your opponent's turn. Ow, that's a big put down.
That freedom is a big swing.
Yeah, at the new type that I won for set 3, one of my wins came because I didn't look my turn. Like I was against Big Red, which I love as a name for a deck. So I'm just like putting everything down. They have like it's just a unpiloted Sinanju on board as I'm playing. I have to like clear their board to try and get to stuff. And he goes, okay, I'm gonna pilot it with like not full frontal, but just to give it high maneuver after the fact.
Yeah.
And swings through, and then because he just goes, I've not looked. Because like he's assuming, oh, my opponent has nothing. He's not checking anything. I just let language just going, okay, now you don't get to ping, you don't kill anything, you are wide open. It's so good. Because honestly, the cards in hand are like 2/3 of the battle, I would say. The other
some matchups, I would even say it's almost only half the battle, because I've definitely, as of recent, been experiencing a lot more games where I have 5 cards in hand and I still don't feel safe when my opponent's at 1 or 2.
Yeah, that's mainly to do with like the tempo and how you're playing.
Yeah. Needs to have something here.
The issue is that freedom is such a pain to get around.
Yeah, it's extremely difficult to deal with, and I think
especially with the high maneuver aerial. Like I think I'm trying to figure out now.
This aerial's generating a ton of pressure that Dan needs an answer for, and he just hasn't had one.
Yeah, it's why when like I play in Wing, one of my friends that I went to Bristol with played blue-white and had the aerial rebuild in their list. And it became apparent very quickly how important it was to say no as soon as it gets dropped. It is enemy number 1. It came up with someone dropped it at my new type. I said, no, I am going to clear that as quickly as possible. And it just stopped them again in their tracks because they had some blockers, but I had blockers, but they no longer had high maneuver.
This is a difficult situation here.
Yeah, Nakomi is running low on cards in hand, while Dan still has 5.
Owns the game.
Yeah, again, it's because what it is, it's the same strategy that like the Big Red does, where it gets a high maneuver body that can just swing over everything and then protects it with blockers, so it keeps on going.
We just get swing pass from Nakomi.
Yeah, well, they play the Lifrith and then swing and then pass.
Oh yeah, I missed the Lifrith.
We need to see something big.
I feel like Dan has drawn 20 cards and he just has not seen anything to answer this board state.
We need to see like a big link.
Okay, 4. We're getting an Ale. Is it a Kira or an Amuro?
It's Akira.
Get a Kira. So I assume here he bounces the Lafrith.
Yeah.
Because he has more things that can clear the Diaz than the Lafrith.
Yeah. Just take that option.
Okay. Yep, correct. Does he have a Gundam Amuro follow-up?
If he did, that would be so good.
Magical Christmas Land.
Unless the 3 get onto the aerial.
Okay, perfect going at the aerial.
Yep.
We get a freedom block.
Yeah, I think now basically is going to die regardless. I think what you need to do, you need to swing the nope. You swing the ale into the rebuild. He needs to, like, high chance it goes through because they will just take each other out.
Yeah.
And then you use the other two. Then you use the other two to get rid of.
I think if he does that, he minuses the rebuild so that he lives. His opponent takes the block.
Oh yeah,
and
it's
then
only
he
6
just
attack.
has
Yeah.
the other 2
Oh,
units.
there it is. Yeah, so he lives now.
Yep. I would not have taken that block if I were Nakomi.
Yeah, -2, so he lives on 1.
Yep, because now Ariel's gonna die.
Oh,
Ale
he
lives.
no, Ale lives.
Oh, okay, he figured the math out.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I was about
Yeah.
to leave call and go yell at him.
Yeah, and then
And then Lafrith can take out Freedom. He passes.
yeah, does he not do them?
Played that Lafrith this turn. No, he didn't.
No.
I think that's a big missed opportunity. There.
Yeah.
He cleared that Freedom with ease.
And a justice of his own.
We'll see Lafrith come back down.
Yep. Honestly, I think that is a very big stabilization for Dan, though. Still, I think had he swung, I think had he swung the Lifrith,
Terrible spot.
had he swung the Lifrith better, show resolve very good at this point of the game.
Now, if he gets a justice down, we're talking.
If he gets a unicorn combo off,
Okay,
Ale,
has a pile.
Carrot, get rid of
Bounce the Phantom token.
get rid of the token.
And now I think you can just swing that new Ale in and minus the Freedom.
Yeah.
No, Dan, sequencing. I guess here he can -2 the Lafrith and just
Yeah.
block with the Freedom for a trade out.
Yeah, I think that's what he's doing. Which I can see as a just getting rid of damaged units.
Yeah, absolutely. I actually love hanging on to a 4 damage Ale Kira in hopes that they have a
Like, why does he show the Kira in his hand?
Striker Man.
But
I
what?
have no clue. Is this an intimidation tactic?
Oh, I think he scoops. He just scoops.
Oh.
I was not expecting that. I was not expecting that. I think Dan just won.
Oh my goodness.
I was not expecting the concession there. I
Me
think.
neither. They were in a very I feel like they were in a situation. Did we even see a striker pack in his shields? I think they had a lot of outs there.
No, there was a strike pack in Nakomi's shields.
Maybe I just completely misunderstand the situation.
Maybe because the thing is, Dan still had a hand as well. I think Nakomi just felt like very out of everything, and to kind of stop the aggression, like to stop what Dan was going to do, needs to clear his entire board.
Yeah.
And it would just mean that they Nakoma would be on the back foot entirely. I was not expecting the concession. I was expecting that to just get played out.
I was not either. That was
Are we doing best of?
surprising.
Are we doing best of threes or best of ones today? Actually, I probably should have checked
It is
that.
best of ones, so it will be 5 best of ones, resulting in a best of 5 between the teams.
Well, congrats to Dan. A very, very, very big win, especially for the West. Like we said in the opening, the West has not won yet. So getting on the scoreboard first is very, very good.
Yeah, but we also have the first ever event we did for this, where the West was up 2-0 and then ended up losing in the 5th
Oh,
round.
was that what happened there?
Yes, to a Peaceful Timber.
Oh, the card that everyone in the West just always writes off. Again, I still write it off, and it was played against me in the only wing mirror at Bristol I lost. I got hit with that, and then I misplayed. Yeah, game 2. You sent me the list of who's playing. It is Panda versus Koti, is it?
Yes. Cody is probably the most well-established TCG player of this team we have for the US right now. He had a pretty illustrious career in Yu-Gi-Oh! From what I understand. I believe he had like low triple-digit regional top 8s in Yu-Gi-Oh! So this man has performed at a very high level for over 100 Yu-Gi-Oh! Regionals.
Yeah, let me. I have the specific numbers. 166 regional top 8s in Yu-Gi-Oh! 27 regional wins in Yu-Gi-Oh! 25 YCS top 32s, 1 YCS win, 1 Nationals win, top 4 at Yu-Gi-Oh! Worlds 2019, and 3 top 4 CEDH MTG tournaments. That is a career.
Yeah, so
Holy!
he, actually originally wasn't even playing Gundam. He picked it up right before the Orlando regional, so he hasn't even been playing very long. But I think he's already showing a lot of skill in the game, and I think a lot of translation of his skills over from Yu-Gi-Oh! Is pretty apparent.
Yeah, I think in general there will be a lot of there's a lot of overlap between, so like, if you're good at one card game, I think it can translate over to Gundam, because Gundam is very much in like a generalist area right now in terms of what the decks are doing well and how decks being built. It's not as much a specific, here's a combo specific to this game, you know, it's, oh, I'm playing Rush, I'm playing Control, I'm playing Mid-Range.
Absolutely. Now, all these players prep, I am going to run. I'm going to grab some water real quick before we get this next match going. I yapped far too much.
That is understandable. I should probably do the same. So chat, we will be right back. And I return with hydration. Hello, chat.
So, while I was grabbing hydration, I got us an update on exactly what happened.
Oh, what? Okay.
So, what happened is they called time, and rather than doing overtime rules, they decided that they would just call it a draw and move to the next match.
Oh, okay.
So now we're in an interesting situation where if the English team takes 2 games and the Japanese team takes 2 games, we will have
a showdown.
Now, how we're going to decide that, I have no clue. I vote team captain's boxing match.
I don't know. Let's see. Here's what I would say. I was going to say. I know.
He would take me down. He would. I would be out.
No. Here's what I no. Here's what I say. I think this would be fun. Broadcast a showdown as the deciding match.
Okay. That is potential. Have Makoto step in. Have you step in. I could get down with that.
Because like, so it'd be like Makoto translating. That'd be me versus Heine.
So Heine is actually their 5th man.
Oh, okay. I thought Heine was just on the streaming duty.
So he was last event, but this event, like the first one, he is actually broadcasting and playing.
Okay.
So as of right now, it should be Heine versus Junhai in match 5. We are still waiting on a team member for our team to check in. If he does not check in, Junhai will move up to the 4th match, and I will step in to play Heine in round 5.
Aight. Yeah, because they sent in their deck, the form you wanted them to fill out that I have. They filled that out. That was all good.
Yeah, he filled that out. He just hasn't checked in our group chat for the event. Understandable. I'm sure something either came up or maybe he's aware he's in the 4th slot and is taking that extra time to get a little shut-eye. The other thing I realized is that yesterday was the release date for STO7 and 08.
Yeah.
I would not be surprised if he blanked on this and went to a starter deck event.
True. Now, I gave up a starter deck event to host this because I think this is more fun. This is more fun anyway.
Oh, absolutely. Although I am blessed that one of my local stores actually was very community focused this release and let everyone buy 2 copies of both decks at MSRP. Nice.
Yeah, for me, I got lucky. One of the stores that I went to yesterday for locals had they had limited stock for general release, which I was at work all day, so I did not get. But then they had for their starter events, you pay MSRP plus a little bit to get the event and one of the starter decks. So I did not go to the starter deck event today. But I was there yesterday, and they're like, yeah, you can just take the starter deck, and also here's the promos as well, which is very nice of them.
So we're off to a hot start here with 2 Zaku 2s coming down.
Yeah.
As a control player, this is okay. That is probably the best first shield you can have.
Yep.
I know some newer players might hope for a base out of there into aggro, but the reality of it is a Charlink can always come down and end that base immediately, and this is not 1-year war.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I'm going, hang on a second. I don't know that card. Which one's this?
I am flustered.
Also, I just realized I forgot to transition.
Put the game back on.
Whoopsie-daisy! I realized that as I looked over. Oh, I got so wrapped up in the conversation. Whoopsie, here's the game. Basically, the game started with two Zakutus, and then a Rick Diaz. The Rick Diaz just let the Zakutus through, and Amuro came out of shield, and then this red card that I do not recognize came out. There's the catch-up. And holy, the Amuro comes in clutch. I still think you take out the Zakutu here. Yeah, which card is that? I don't recognize it at all. Well, time to go through the
I
binder.
will be completely honest here. I have played red a whopping 0 times outside of testing, but let's see.
Yeah, I don't recognize that at all. Is it like it's definitely not a set 1 card because we didn't have red. So I'm just flicking through my binder now.
It appears to be Gyaradoga sleeves. Yes, from GDO2.
Gyaradoga.
No, GDO1. It is a GDO1 card.
It's a GDO1 card?
Yep, GDO1 056.
056.
Neozeon, no link. When destroyed, choose 1 enemy unit with 5 or less AP, deal 1 damage to it.
Okay.
And this is why I love these events, because we genuinely see cards that I never see at American Regionals. I never see at New Tech Challenges in the US.
All Europeans.
I only see them when I play these events or when I cast these events.
Yeah, and the thing is, as well, I think it's very similar. It's like in Europe and the US, they seem to be very joint together in the decks they build a lot of the time.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I think a big proponent of why there's so much intermingling with deck ideas between US and Europe, but very few between Japan and English countries, is honestly that language barrier. It can be really difficult to overcome. Admittedly, almost all of my communication with Heine comes through 2 avenues. I'm either in a voice call with him and Makoto, so Makoto can translate, or my phone has a stylus that if I hover over text, it'll translate it to English. So I will frequently use that feature to text Jaime throughout all hours of the day.
Yeah. Mine does not that. I have a phone that is slowly dying. I need to get a new one at some point. However, I need to afford my shiny cardboard.
I do love shiny cardboard.
Shiny cardboard and plastic has been taking over my life recently. Like the last year and a half has just been all Gundam.
And then I do see someone asked if Cody actually regularly plays Gundam, and he is very new to Gundam compared to probably a lot of players, but he is doing very well. He played in the Orlando Regional, and then on top of that, I actually believe he was the point leader for the most recent season of Eagle X's events. I could be wrong on that, but I do believe that that is the case.
Nice. I also realised that I just noticed as well that on stream, Panda is a view is flipped the wrong way. There we go. Now they're facing each other. Oh, I am professional streamer, man.
Yeah, so I did just go back and double check my statement, and Cody did end up leading the points for the Season 3 Eagle X tournament series for Gundam. He ended up leading 52 points, second place close behind him at 51.
Yeah, well, this is a interesting point. Panda is looking pretty well. Seems like somewhat low cards in hand. So we're holding up a couple before.
Cody is just trying to dwindle those cards and then take over the game from there, which is pretty much all you can do into red green. You ideally want to hold a base for late game in case they're on Char's Gelgoog, I think. And then obviously the other high maneuver links for Char, but that Char's Gelgoog can really come out of nowhere.
Argama comes out, getting that draw off. Just takes the Aeon. I'm assuming. Also, I think there will be a pilot that they could put in hand. But I imagine they're waiting for them to use something on this turn as a, oh, I'm going to play out like another Zaku 2, another Vanilla. And they just want to use that to slow them down before they swing into.
I completely agree with that. I do think we're in an interesting spot where he wanted his opponent to take the base so that he could justify the Argama. But we're in an interesting spot where if he has anything that can ping the launcher strike, he can actually kill it. But it does look like we're safe from that.
Yeah, ping the launcher.
He has to take the...
Oh, pings that.
He didn't ping launcher.
Maybe Battle of Aces angle? Because Battle of Aces would just be a board clear if a block happened.
Yes.
Let's it go through again. Like, if I see 2 go sideways, I'm just gonna... Hang on a sec. I saw those cards. Did you see what Panda's holding 2 of in hand?
I admittedly did not. I was communicating with our Japanese broadcaster.
Panda's holding up 2 wing zeros in hand.
Oh my goodness.
If Cody saw that on the stream... Because that's the thing with a... words, webcam events, is if you accidentally show something like that, it's a lot easier to accidentally show a card you don't want your opponents to know you have. Because what level are we now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it's 2 turns away from it. And it just means as soon as they hit that level, it's just going to be one after the other. And honestly, I think this is... Knowing that, I don't think Cody would have the tools, especially this situation with their shields as well, to deal with that.
Absolutely.
Yeah, another base. So unless they just had a handful of bases, perhaps?
It seems that way. It's a really unfortunate start for this game to just not be able to put anything out to clear stuff. But it's also bittersweet because this means there's not a lot of ping angles for his opponent. But also, we now know that we don't need to worry too much about that because we're waiting on a wing 0 to come down.
Yeah, everything is dead on board.
Due to that unfortunate slip-up.
Is this going to be a pilot bounce the Sinanju kind of be on a hold-up situation?
I think the best angle is probably to bounce the Sinanju and clear the Kshatriya. Or he rests the Sinanju and clears that.
Yeah.
It's hard to know which one's the better play without seeing his hand, but I do trust that Cody is making the best play with what he has.
Yeah.
He's by far the most, probably the most well-versed player of either team in terms of competitive TCG experience.
Yeah, the biggest thing being okay, so he did have the second pilot. He didn't want to bounce.
That he did this perfectly.
Yeah, that's exactly what you see. Goes for base though. Restands the Archangel, I see.
Yes.
So basically, if it swings, gets blocked.
Yeah.
And also is now out of wing 0 range. Unless a standing ping comes up.
I do know Cody is also on aerial. He does not have a link for it, however. He is on Camille, Kira, and Amuro.
Okay, so he's just running it as a... Oh yeah, now it's in zeros. Now I think you block it.
I think the plan was to block here from the start.
Yeah.
I think he was aware of what he was taking on here. I think he just wanted to get that free hit in. You know, take the aggression where you can, and then answer your opponent when you have to.
Oh, and that was their turn 7. It was just the swing.
Yeah, so...
Yeah, that just tells me that, like, it's just small units and then wing 0.
I think the hope here is probably for him to draw his freedoms or his aerial.
Oh,
I do
freedom.
know he is on a justice, but I don't think justice would be ideal here, knowing your opponent's on green and knowing they're going into turn 8.
Yeah, there's the freedom.
He's counting. I think we're getting something big here. I wonder what it could be.
Gee, I wonder. It's a, yep. Doesn't hit the board.
Cody did a really good job of just denying him the value of that ETB. Honestly, I think the dream here is for Cody to just slam another freedom.
Yeah, if he slams another big unit instead of trying to go wide now. Because the thing is, the dramatic carry is we know he has another one in hand. Honestly, swinging with that, yeah, Nisu, well, can stand up again to protect it from links.
And it's not like he can block 0 anyways. But if
3
he has a link come down against him. Launcher Strike, also a great
that.
card
Yep,
too.
that survives.
the wing.
See, it's why I love the Launcher Strike. When I was building my deck for regionals, I was torn between either Launch or Sword, space-wise. But Launch can come in clutch so much more because it can survive a wing.
Yeah, I actually, when I was preparing for Orlando, I made a lot of adjustments to my deck to just get off of a lot of 3 health.
Ooh, the unforeseen slows him down.
That unforeseen is going to have a high impact in this game, I think.
Yeah, because that if he's able to link like something else with Hymo. Bird mode. And the Zaku.
I know this is not the first time I've said this throughout this series, but I think a Gundam Amuro would be beautiful here.
Oh, that it would be. And I have a message, a Japanese message that I will need to use Google Translate. Okay, just saying that oh, was in the wrong one. Apparently, is it? Oh, I think someone's in both chats and someone's asking what YCO was.
Yeah.
Which was just, or like YCS, and it was just them clarifying that it was like the Yu-Gi-Oh! Championships. But hey, nice to know that we have people in both chats, kind of tuning in. Oh, we do get the Kira.
Do we get a Gundam with a pilot?
Gundam with a pilot would have been so good.
We get an Ale. And a
Amagera.
Kira, so I'm guessing he bounces the Zaku.
Yep, bounce Zaku.
And then swing on wing, only take 1, so we survive a second wing 0.
Yep, and then you can just restand. Yeah, I restand and then swing probably. Nope, leaves it up. I guess doesn't want him. I guess he just doesn't want him to get the swing in and trade value.
Well, I don't believe it can attack after you restand with Archangel.
No, I meant the launcher.
Oh, the launcher.
I was thinking he was going to swing with a launcher.
Up in case the bird mode swings in. I personally typically just tank that, but he's also taken a lot of damage this game.
Yeah, I think also probably trying to.
Does not actually know that he has a second wing 0 in hand, I believe.
Yeah, where's that ping going?
I assume Ale.
Yeah.
Because we know he has the wing 0, and he knows he has the wing 0. So getting that damage on Ale is pretty big, because that allows wing 0 to come down and kill it.
Yeah.
Because this gives him an opening to clear Ale, clear launcher if he swings the bird mode and gets blocked.
Thing is, I don't think he would.
Takes the bird mode. I don't think he would block.
Yeah, unless he puts a pilot on it.
Yeah.
Wait, in which case you just block this. You just block this as a 2-for-1 trade.
Yeah,
I think
you block this 100%.
Oh, 1 second. My audio is going a little haywire right now.
I think that is one of the most valuable launcher strikes I've ever seen.
Yeah. Oh, I hate when my computer does this. I need a new audio card and fast.
And then that wing 0 and the Zaku did hit the board. You can get even higher up in hand, which you almost have to respond to a wing 0. Freedom going in, hits a base. We're going to restand it, and does he have any other units coming down?
Oh, crap. I accidentally closed the window. God, I am very sorry if any audio is coming through really wonky right now. Okay, there's the second 0. Oh. I am a professional guy. Oof.
We have Zaku coming in.
Yeah,
so we see a block out of Freedom here.
Yeah, sorry about that, Dom.
All good.
My audio is starting to mess up. It does this from time to time, but like this is like a egregious one. And for some reason, sometimes my computer does not want to let me reset my drivers properly.
Yup. Then what do we see out of this wing 0? Is it going to go face? Will it go into Freedom? Does Cody have Unforeseen? Can he tank a wing 0?
Oh, hopefully it fixes itself. Because I would like to not have to reset stuff.
It went base, so we're just not going to worry about it. I have a feeling we're going to see a pilot come on to this Gundam next round. And then that will open up Freedom trading into the wing 0.
Yeah, very sorry for the people tuning to my stream for the audio issues. There's the Marita. Oof, Amaro. On a third one, no!
That is incredibly unfortunate for Cody here.
Yeah, like, getting past 3 is so difficult. Oh, is the audio fine? Okay, sick. So it's just on my side. In that case, I'm fine. I can deal with terrible audio. If the audio's fine for everybody else, I can chill. So I'm just gonna double check that I think there's the gameplay kind of broke as well, so I'm gonna fix that. Sorry for the technical issues, everybody. Computer is very old. I would get a new one, but it seems like the price keeps going up and up due to some unknown factor. I wonder what that could be. Oh.
I think Cody's doing some math on his outs here.
He does not have many. Yeah, I think he needs specifically Gundam, like Gundam Amuro. He has the Amuro. Gundam Amuro would.
I think he pretty much needs that so that he can get the freedom to trade with the wing, and then clear the Kshatriya. And unfortunately, that would leave him with nothing on board.
Yeah.
Facing down the barrel of a Wing Zero. So there's the rebuild going into his trash. I'm sure that's a phenomenal card to have in this deck when you're ahead, but I feel like when you're stuck playing from behind, like right now, it's just not going to accomplish much.
Yeah, because especially in this matchup, just because the high maneuver means even as a blocker, if you compare it, you go, yeah, okay, it's a blocker now. But high maneuver is just kind of getting around everything. But yeah, and like you said, it's one of the really cool things about like seeing things from other parts of the world, because I've never seen this build of like an aggro into Wing Zero spam.
So what I will say is I haven't seen that Gyaradoga we saw much earlier in the match, but I do know when I went to a regional with Junhai prior, he actually played into a very similar red-green deck, where he was like, oh, they're aggro, awesome, okay, do, and he started doing his green-white wing thing. And then from the top rope came in his opponent's Wing Zero.
What's happening? I think he's just preying on a basin last.
Yeah, that's all he can really do here, to be honest.
Basin last and he's not dead right now?
So he needs base and unforeseen.
Yeah, well...
Or no, I guess he doesn't.
Well, you took double unforeseens it!
Huge.
Well, that's one way to stop it.
Yeah. Although he's still in a pretty rough spot because he has to take this trade here.
Yeah. Oh. That is something. Yeah, that swings, puts the hit on there. Yep, just instant block.
Yep, have to block that. Now, with one card in hand, I think that's one card in hand for Cody.
Two cards.
I still just don't think there's an out here.
Now there's definitely not an out.
Well, so since he didn't go face, that does buy us a turn if he had... Oh, never mind.
Oh, never mind.
Definitely never mind.
This is where a Kshatriya of his own would be very, very nice. It is very, very unfortunate. Yeah, I honestly I think Koti was in this until the third. A wing came down.
It is very rare a blue-white deck is going to be able to overcome that third wing zero. It is a very rare feat. I have played almost nothing but blue-white in events, and I think I've only beaten triple wing zero a handful of times. Honestly, even just the second one can be difficult, but you can typically restabilize after that, right? If you're able to make some decent swings into the wing zero, keep something alive while doing it, and get some damage to the face. But it's certainly difficult to overcome. With that match wrapped up, I'm going to take a quick break. I will be right back.
Yeah. I'm gonna try and fix my audio. Luckily, audio on the stream is apparently fine, so that's great. It just means I can turn down desktop audio and I can be like, okay, why is Discord doing this to me? Okay, here's my Focusrite device setting. Buffer size. And there we go. I just needed to reset my buffer size. Apparently that was the issue. Oh, I love technology. But it's the curse of being an audio guy. Means that there's more audio stuff to break that you then need to figure out why has it broken. Ugh. Man, that was very, very well played from both of them, though. Triple Wing Zero is just always... It's so rough. Yeah, the game's been really good so far. There are 3 games to go. Who do we reckon is going to take it? Currently, JP are up 1-0 with 3 games to go. But we'll see. We'll see what the future brings. It seems like the West very heavy on blue-white, which I've not seen in a while. Blue-white has always been the like one of the side decks that I've seen outside of Epion coming into fruition after the EU finals. Because like in the EU, Epion started coming up because of it winning a finals at Cardfest in Dusseldorf. But I still don't think it's has the same level of consistency that a lot of the other decks do. So like, while the deck is very fun and it was like one of the decks I played when when set 2 came out, I don't believe that it's a just as consistent. The lineup for the West.
I've got it. I'm pulling it up right now for him.
Nice. My audio was fixed until it wasn't.
Did not do. That did not do it in list form.
It is Dan, Coty, Danny, Michael, and Junhai.
Yeah, so up next we're gonna have Danny. He is one of the founders and organizers for GUNDAM, an online weekly Gundam event hosted out of Europe, but available to all.
Yep, you streamed right here on this same YouTube channel that you're watching right now. And again, first tournament is open, like for the new year, is happening tomorrow. So if you want to, we have Limitless page. If you're in the global server, we always share it in there. You can take part. There are prizes. And also, you might be on stream with this guy, me. And who doesn't like having their little time of fame?
So what's really interesting is with game 1 going to a draw, this round is very important for the English team because if they lose it, they cannot win the event. They can at best push it to a draw with a win in 4 and a win in 5. So there's a lot resting on Danny's shoulders right now. Also, I don't know if you're waiting for them to finish shuffling, but the video is on stream.
Yeah, no, I know. Hey, I was waiting for Danny to jump in as well. And now that they are, I jump back in. This one I was actually on top of.
Okay, perfect. I just wanted to make sure we didn't do the same thing.
No, I have learned my lesson. So don't worry about that. But one question I did want to ask, because I think we touched on it briefly, what set 3 decks are you going, this has potential?
Long term? Or like for GDO3 format in general, including old decks?
Why not both? I'd say discount old decks. I think we can discount 1 year in Wing, because I don't think they're going anywhere.
So, I don't think they're going too far from where they are now. That said, I don't think they're going to drop off in popularity a lot.
No.
GDO3 has presented a lot of very greedy options, and in a greedy format, Wing is in a good position because Wing is the greed king. If you want greed, you play Wing. The downside to it is if decks get greedy enough and they have things that can answer Wing on the board and are high enough level that Wing can't, deal damage to them, I think it can hurt Wing a little. But I do think Wing has so many tools that if we end up getting a best of 3 format in English for regionals, similar to Japan, I think that it will open up a lot of options for Wing to be a little more flexible, because right now it has to be very rigid and efficient. As for 1 Year War, I think that if the format gets very greedy and we start to see a lot of these high-level payoffs, it takes away space for answers to aggro, and I think we'll see an uptick in aggro returning. I think 1 Year War actually has a lot of potential that as this format gets greedier with GDO3, aggro becomes better. And I think if aggro gets better, I think we'll see a significant uptick in blue-white control. I don't have a lot of hope for the format getting redefined or changing a lot with GDO3, to be completely honest. I think we'll see a couple cool tier 2 decks pop up and give us a little refresher here and there, and I think some people will get blindsided at a regional by decks that are new to the format, but I don't think we'll see any new decks that are just consistently where Wing has been for the first 2 sets.
Yeah, I think I'm mostly in agreement there. I think of the 2 big decks, Wing will take the bigger hit from the greedier stuff. Because, like you say, if we get best of 3, then it doesn't matter. Wing can just go, oh, I'm against aggro? Okay, I can't be as greedy. Or if they're against a greedy, like, oh, okay, I don't need to worry too much about my Wing Zeros. I'll just focus on my, level 6s and my earlier aggression instead. And, like, and again...
I think the biggest loser, if we get best of 3, like Japanese Nats, is aggro.
Yeah.
I think if decks are allowed to not play around aggro right away and can focus on their other matchups and then just completely adjust for aggro in games 2 and 3, I think it's going to hurt aggro more than it hurts any other deck. And I think aggro has the least flexibility to improve with a sideboard. I think, because as the deck stands for blue-green 1-year war aggro, it's what? There's 2 to 3 slots you can play with?
Yeah. Like, I'm fully in agreement there. Best of 3s would shut aggro down significantly with a sideboard. As we're going forward here, we see
even in the current format, playing blue-white control at the last 3 regionals. I messaged you about this. I think I'm like 9-1 into aggro over the last 3 regionals, and that's without a sideboard to tech for them. And that's without sacrificing a lot for my deck in other matchups either, because like the other matchups I'm losing is I'm going like 3-2 into Wing or 2-1 into Wing, and then like some random deck somewhere, right?
yeah, though it looks like Danny is on the blue-purple aggro, which I've been playing this recently, and like is what won me my new type this season. It was I'm sick of Wing. I don't want to play this even at new types. I'm just gonna play what's a solid deck, but like not one of the tier 1 decks, and I just kept winning. Because Fatal Strike is a dumb card.
Purple aggro is, I think, it's a tier 1 deck if it isn't for Wing being so good, because Wing 0 just absolutely answers everything in this deck, and the best deck in the format can't have an auto-win card against your deck and you still be tier 1. So I think it's an unfortunate timing of existence for Blurple aggro, and I think if Wing 0 wasn't what it was, Blurple would want to be one of the 3 or 4 best decks in the game.
Yeah, well, luckily at that new type, I didn't run into Wing at all. So like, I was just safe go through.
My fiance and I went to a new type challenge last night, and in the second to last round, she ran into Blurple, and she had a bunch of blockers and a Wing 0, and she knew he was on Blurple because we had been kind of scouting the event, and she was like, oh, this is perfect, and she just sat there and did nothing while Blue-Purple tried to make headway, and then Wing 0 came down and she won the game, just off that, basically.
Yeah, sounds like the matchup when I've had to play into Wing. Because like, either you win before turn 8 because they don't see enough blockers, or you perish.
And it was actually an extra special win, because that sent her into the finals undefeated against a certain blue-white player, and then my fiance proceeded to beat me in public.
Damn. No, she's... No.
I should add at Gundam there.
No, you let her win so she could feel special and enjoy that moment.
So I absolutely did not let her win. What I will say is I kept a slightly greedy hand, because I knew, 1, she was on green-white Wing, so I knew I was allowed to be a little greedy, and 2, I did go in with the mindset of I'm getting Quebly either way. I'm getting Quebly and a Haman regardless, and she played it extremely well. She saw her lines, she played around what she knows is in my deck, she did a very good job, and it was very impressive. She has made large strides in this game over the last few months. She actually had a little gotcha moment where I thought I played around something, and then she had something else that stopped me in my tracks, and then from there the game was hers.
Oh, yeah, Kshatriya Link here would be really rough with AM Arita.
Yeah, it would put Danny in a really disadvantageous situation here.
If this first one survives the turn and can swing again, it feels very, very good for Danny. Oh, but he just lets it go. I think he's afraid of that Link just taking out both. Probably.
I do know Danny personally. I know he's typically a fairly cautious player, and so I actually really enjoy watching him play aggro decks because he'll make a lot of more cautious decisions, and sometimes it's really good, and sometimes I think it can come back to bite you because sometimes with aggro you just have to go for it.
Yeah, like when I've been playing blue purple, I am very much I'm just go for it. I play by the like it'll get close and then I will just switch my philosophy to Mama didn't raise a coward, and I will just go, you don't have the Link you need, swing. You don't have this card you need, flood board.
And I honestly think you just have to with aggro a lot of the time. There's definitely situations where you hold back and you wait and you just like hope your opponent doesn't have that solve all, but in a lot of other situations you're just sitting there and you're hoping, you're just sitting there and you just have to swing and hope they don't have it and hope they can't answer it and just get them down as low as you can so you can win with the Link down the line. I'm awful at that style of gameplay. I think in 7 years of Magic the Gathering, I played aggro for like 2 formats ever. And when I say that, I don't mean like Modern Legacy. I mean like for a set in a format. I played it recently when Mono Red Mice was just the deck. And then outside of that, I actually don't remember the last time I did.
Yeah, they both seem to have pretty healthy hands in this
They
game.
do. I am somewhat worried because even though this isn't as bad a matchup as Green-White is, ping can be difficult for Blurple to overcome.
Yeah, just because you need to do a lot of self-ping, which then means it's easy for them to ping. It's just like, oh, they pinged yourself, I can just Battle of Aces, I don't need to use another card to damage you either.
Absolutely. And then it's kind of interesting seeing the Corsica base come in because I remember I sent a little survey out to all of our contestants on the English side, and one of the questions was, what's your favorite card in Gundam? And Danny's response was white base, so this seems like a little bit of a betrayal.
Danny is a fan of both. When like in his like testing that I've seen him doing in a lot of his blue decks, he will run for his fun decks. He runs white base because he just likes spawning dudes. Because if
he likes funny little guys, is the discussion we've had. Because I myself am a white base believer. I'm typically on a split of 3 of my primary base in blue white, and then one white base. Because when you have the opportunity to get that extra value from white base, it is game changing, and there is no feeling in Gundam better than killing your opponent with a 1/1 gun tank token.
Very true. He makes that trade. I think Danny just has a handful of pings with how he seems to be playing, especially with the deck. So I assume he
has like a gun tank. That's a pretty good setup for this Kshatriya, and this is a brutal play.
Yeah.
Don't trigger off the Sinanju for playing, or full frontal, I should say.
Yeah, well, it's not a Xeon deck, so.
Can't it play Neo Xeon cards?
Oh, it can do, yeah. But I think the only, I think the target would be the Vanilla Kshatriya. I think would be like the only trigger.
Fair. There's probably not much else.
Yeah, I think he's just I think Danny's counting out. How many pingers does he have? This is probably going into the Sinanju.
I would assume into the Sinanju, I assume he's going to ping the Kshatriya.
No, I assume. I have a feeling he might just
Or does he have
Ping?
pingers? Is he killing Sinanju?
ping,
Ping ping.
ping.
Ping. Does he have the last? He has to have the last. There's no way he doesn't.
Let's go!
Clear the board.
What a
Ping. His hand no longer exists with us, but my goodness, did he solve that board?
oh, what a turnaround! And now Danny's just presenting lethal. Like even if he needs to do so much to get rid of this, he would need double close combat. It's like not be dead on board. Even like a Kshatriya Link wouldn't do it.
I will say, Danny, in my experience, has pulled off some pretty amazing wins in games, both in practice and on stream. If there's one player that is immune to getting Junhide, it is probably Dan.
HRZ looking at the hand going, do I have an out? I think the out is a base.
I don't think
All range attack. Is it just going to be another one?
triple all range would go crazy.
I got triple all range attacks at locals recently. It was not fun.
So full frontal. So he's gonna kill the gun tanks to save himself from lethal. But this is still a very uphill battle for HRZ.
Yeah, I think a close combat from shields would be very killer. Because like there's so much that just does 2 damage on ping.
Okay.
Ray Ruler comes down.
Fine. This does put us in a awful position if we need 2 swings now.
Yeah, so I'm just curious what the solution is going to be.
So if he doesn't have a link, I think you probably just take the Anksha swing, regardless, just so that you only need 2 hits maximum.
Yeah.
Him not having the link, little unfortunate, but if he can build a little wide on this board, I think we'll be just fine here.
Rizel, first form. First form.
So, anything short of double all-range attack, and I think we take this one for letting win.
Yeah. That's a very much a go wide deck. Oh, do they have the board clear though?
Looking at his hand, but I don't think there's an answer there.
Yeah, because like if you because again double all range is like the only thing that saves him here.
With this board state, there's only a handful of real answers, and I think they're typically pretty clear to see, so I have a hard time believing there's going to be anything in that hand.
Yeah.
Maybe make it look a little better, make it look a little more competitive, but I don't think there's going to be a whole lot of outs for him to take in this situation.
In which case that would be a win for the West, tying it up at 1-1.
Needed win for the West.
Yeah, because having to win back to back is rough.
Absolutely. And even with this, if the West wins this round, they still have to win the next 2 to win the event. So they'd have to win 3 in a row.
I think it's just count. I think there's just some counting out from HRZ here.
Absolutely. He's gonna see if he can make anything work, but I have a lot of doubts when it comes to that right now.
It just died. It just died. Like, just full on, no, I'm quitting. Am I back? Are we here? Yeah, sorry about that. My internet just
Yeah, I was just reaching out to our Japanese broadcasters to give. Yeah, I was just reaching out to our Japanese broadcasters to give them some info on our next player now that we're nearing the end of this game.
Yeah, I think OBS is just doing its on and off, on and off, on and off, as it's trying to get stable again. But that was a weird one. That was that's a weird one.
And I have to assume this gun tank gets through.
Yeah.
Given there are no resources available.
Yeah, that's game to Danny. Okay, I was back just for it. I had Fatal Strike and Gundam in hand.
And with that, we have our first win for the West on the board for this event. So it is now 1-1-1 for both teams.
How exciting.
Our next player for the West is going to be Michael Seekers. He's a familiar face in the Gundam community. He actually took second at our regional at Dallas BCF. So of all the players in Gundam, there haven't been a lot of opportunities to accomplish much yet, but he has done it. He has shown what he has and that he has what it takes to make a mark in Gundam. I believe he was also prior to Gundam, I believe he came from Cardfight Vanguard, and he actually was a Worlds finalist. I was gonna say 2 years ago, but now it was 3 years ago, now that we're in 2026. I believe he also hosts a Discord for Gundam players called Gundam Battle League. So if you're ever looking for practice and strong players, that might be a good place to go. And I believe that Michael is going to be on green, white, wing.
Okay, there we go. I fixed my audio on my side. I need to get a new PC. This one is dying a death. The audio is not playing ball.
You know what could pay for a new PC?
What?
Selling your new type cards.
But you see, the new type cards have helped me finish my master sets.
Master set.
Hey, I get so much dopamine from flipping through a binder and it's just all shiny cardboard.
See, just collect resources. They're dirt cheap now, and then collect like
I have all of those.
Yeah, you don't need the other cards. You're never gonna play red purple. Let's be honest here.
I mean, I'm playing purple.
Oh. I'm sorry for your loss.
Hey, purple won me a new type.
This is true.
It's been a good game so far, though.
It has been. Now, the weight all has moved from Danny's shoulders onto Michael's with that win.
Michael, and it is Natsumi Yamato. Whose name does not fit in my layout, so it's just going to be Natsume. I'm sorry if the second name is important. However, going off screen is not the best. Actually, I wonder if I can make it work like Natsume.
So I actually think that with Michael's list, what we're hoping for here from the POV of the Western team is he probably wants his opponent to be on something like 1 Year War, something that runs a lot of 2 health units, a lot of 4 and under, not a lot of top end. Because he seems to have a lot of bounce, but he doesn't seem to have a lot of combat tricks. So that leaves him a little more wide open to the mirror match, leaves him a little more wide open to like blue-white control that runs that toolbox.
Let me check his deck list. I've not looked. Ah, okay. Yeah, either that or wants him to be running blocker.
Yes.
So a Shenlong.
I'm so jealous of Natsume here because us in the western part of the world must wait so long to get this playmat.
Luckily for me, I am a not as big a Wing fan, so I'm not as fussed about this. Because holy hell do I know what people are going to try selling it for when it eventually makes its way here.
I admittedly have not watched any Wing at all, but I do love this art.
Yeah, I ain't gonna say I am just very lucky that I qualified at the LCQ. Otherwise, I would not have been getting the G-Witch map.
Yeah. Also, never mind. Ignore me.
Why would I ignore you? You're my co-host.
Do you want to grab the games? I was losing words from my brain.
Yeah, I'm just making sure everyone's like flipped the right way and make sure my layout's done the way it should be. And then flipping over. And now games are on stream. There we go. Oof. Michael with the 11 on the dice roll.
Michael wins the die roll. Uncontested. And then something to note is this is actually the first time we have someone from the West playing a deck that is not blue.
Yeah. So it'll be very interesting to see what happens there.
Absolutely. Admittedly, I may be a little biased, but I am hoping we see 4 Wing Zeros hit the board.
Yeah, is he on the E4? Yes, he is. I'll say,
Yeah, some people go down to 3. A lot of the list I've seen with 3 run like 3 or 4 launcher strikes, and I'd almost always rather just get that 4th Wing Zero in there than that last launcher strike.
yeah, this is looking like a very, very aggressive list. Taking the Zaku 2s over the Zowarts.
So I think there's 2 big benefits to the Zaku 2s. And one thing that helps negate the downside. So the downside is obviously if you draw late game, that's very not helpful in most scenarios.
Yeah.
The trade-off is since you're on Overflowing Affection, there's a chance you can just pitch it at that point, and then it's not a big liability.
Yeah.
But the benefits are if you can hit the board with it right away going second, it gives you an opportunity to clear that EX space really early. Which just makes life a little easier. But the second thing, and I've been on the receiving end of this a few times at regionals, I remember an opponent played a Zaku 2 on turn 1 because they went second. And I was like, oh, sick, they're 1 Year War. I'm super tech for this. And so I started playing as though they're 1 Year War, And then fast forward a couple turns and they play a blocker, and I was flustered, I was baffled. I ended up winning the game, but oh my goodness, did it catch me off guard.
Yeah. However, Michael goes first. Not what I was expecting.
Someone else played Zaku 2 on turn 1, and I was like, okay, it's 1 year war, and then I was like, wait, I don't trust this person. And then, so I started playing a little more aggressive in case it was Wing, and it turned out that a lot of people now run Zaku 2 and Wing, and the mental damage it does is insane.
And there's the blocker. So if we do see some Shenlongs, that is going to be value.
Yes, Michael is on the Shenlong list, so there's a lot of opportunity to generate that value off that card going into a white deck.
Yep, there's a desert base. Pays 2, gets his own blocker. Question is, what are we going to see from Natsume?
Yeah, the question is he going to follow up with blue or is he going to follow up with white? And he needs to be a little more careful with his hand there.
I didn't see anything in there.
Okay, so we got Overflowing Affection.
Pitch a Striker Pack.
Starting Striker Pack. He is refusing to give up information. He does not want us to know what that second color is.
That's probably why he. That's probably why he gets ready going. Yeah, too many in hand is bad.
100%.
Moment, here comes the Zaku.
Unfortunately, it's a little late, so now that that launcher strike is there, the Zaku's probably just going to hang out for a while and not contribute much. Hopefully later in the game it'll have an opportunity.
Oof, Ale is always scary though.
It can be really intimidating because it forces you to just assume that you're going to have one less blocker on board than you pass turn with. And that can be really difficult to navigate, I think.
C4, this feels like the Shenlong.
Shenlong Cheng Wu Fei here would be a huge advantage in this situation.
Yep.
There's the Shenlong.
This is the Wu Fei.
Here comes the Wu Fei.
As much as you have the pinger, I don't know, I think you want to get rid of the 2-4 here.
You get rid of the 2-4, I think.
No, I think he's trying to save that for a different thing to come up.
He is on Ale, so if he has an Ale follow-up next turn, he's probably not worried about the 2-4. The Sword Strike trades into the Rick Diaz. It doesn't trade into the Launcher Strike. I think he made the correct play here. You can't swing with the Zaku, but I think being able to swing with the Sword Strike is a lot of value as well.
Yeah. It's green is the other color.
And now we know. So it looks like we have a mirror match. Hopefully, Michael is the only one on the Shenlong package. Otherwise, things get dicey down the line here.
For sure. The thing is, if he can't get rid of the Shenlong, then the token is just dead weight.
Exactly, so we'll see where he's swinging this. I think no matter where he's swinging this, you probably tank it. If he's going shield, you maybe block with Diaz. Okay, yeah, it looks like he's going shield.
Yeah.
So now Ale has free range to go wherever it wants.
Yeah, I think it's also because now it means if he does bounce, then a
Okay, there we go. The wing, the ultimate punishment, comes in to eliminate Shenlong and breach the base.
Yeah, it doesn't break the base though.
Correct. The nice thing is Michael's in a position where he does have the board to deal with the wing even with that Ale up, even if he does not have anything else to add to the situation. Because if that wing sticks around and gets a second breach, it just seems like a lot of value to lose to let him kill a base and kill
Yeah.
3 cards off your board.
I don't think it will though, because I think he has the 2 small swings basically,
Yeah, and that's all he needs.
and it's just like the unforeseen would get in the way a little bit.
Yeah, I think the nice thing with Unforeseen is he would have to burn his EX. So it puts him in an awkward situation, but there's not... It's not the worst thing in the world. I think this is Zakutu's time to shine.
Kira?
Okay, so we're probably going to see the token get bounced. Yep, we get a Kira.
I think there's also a world where you bounce the ale.
You bounce the ale, you swing the ale to the token, -2 it, and then you swing Zaku into wing. That is absolutely the play.
Yeah. Very, very good board control here. Ah, I see what's going on. I think he's takes out the base.
Hold up a blocker.
Chance he swings it though. There's a chance he swings it.
Taking Sword Strike isn't an issue, I guess, taking the damage on that, because it's gonna die to a wing 0.
Yeah, he does go for shields. He's trying to out tempo, but oof, Amuro. Hero. Why do I don't know why, but for like a month I keep making that mistake. I see Hero, I go Amuro, and I see Amuro, I still go Amuro. And there's another Ale. We're gonna see Akira come through.
So Akira here is going to be backbreaking because it allows him to kill that Ale Kira without losing his own. So hopefully, okay, and he has it.
Yeah.
It's spoken into existence.
Yeah, so swinging with the Rig Diaz was the right choice, because otherwise that would just get bounced straight away.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's always unfortunate when you get put in a situation where you don't have a way to play around something like this, unfortunately, and you just lose that value. But hopefully, with how few resources we have remaining on Yamato's side, we're just able to clear Ale with the Diaz and call it a day.
Yeah, plus, I think to stop it, you would either need, again, you would need to burn a thing. Oh, it does burn the EX. For another striker pack. Okay. No wonder.
If we live in Magical Christmas Land and have Ale into any pilot, we're being chillin'.
Yeah. Does pick up 4? Oh, it looks like he was picking up 4.
The unfortunate part is now the Rick Diaz isn't incredibly useful.
4. Shenlong.
Okay.
Don't see the pilot though.
That's unfortunate, because there it would have been amazing to be able to go Shenlong, Shang, Swing Face, Break Unit, and Swing Diaz into Ale.
Well, the thing is, it's only level 7 now because he had to use the EX, so...
Yeah.
He has this turn to swing these things.
Yeah, if he didn't burn that EX, we wouldn't have had a problem dealing with board, but we would have had to worry about wing coming down.
Yeah.
Now we get to buy a turn. My guess is Michael has a wing in hand, and he's going to try to use these smaller units that have those 3 HP butts to clear what exists.
Justice.
As much as possible.
Justice is what comes down.
As much as possible. I wouldn't be surprised if we get 3 face swings and then followed up with a wing 0. Although I guess that changes the angle a bit. It might just be wing 0 into swings. Or swing, rather.
Yeah, I think I would... What would I blow up here? I think you'd blow up the Rick Diaz.
So, I think if he swings with Shenlong, that means he doesn't have a 0. Also, I think you blow up the launcher. Because Wing Zero can't kill launcher.
True, yeah.
But I guess that's irrelevant. He doesn't seem like he has Wing Zero.
Yes.
Because if he did, he could clear 4 things off of his opponent's board.
Yeah, just you. If it was like you would do the ordering the other way around if you had Wing Zero.
Yeah.
Either that or it's the biggest. Oh, he's got breach, so blocking it. There's no point.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it does get through there. Hits an overflowing.
I think he was trying to hope his opponent wouldn't take the block and punish him if he wings zeros, but he did end up taking the block.
Yeah, the thing is, you can't really play the Wing Zero otherwise because he's just gonna nuke.
And then from here we're going to 8, so you just have to double swing. You don't have an option.
Ugh, this is too many sword strikes to see.
Oh,
Oh,
no, this is good.
Oh,
This
that's
is
good. There we go.
Because now we get to bounce that, hit him in the face twice, pass turn, and then he has to wing 0. And it doesn't kill our sword strike.
Yeah. You need to like sacrifice the justice.
I would not have played that.
Yeah,
last
that's
I think
asking. That is.
Although, I guess it forces him to have the wing 0. That said, he has, what, 2, 4, 6 cards in hand? I
Yeah.
know we just saw one come out of shields, but I don't love those odds.
I don't like him picking everything up either. You see someone like pick up their entire resource stack?
Okay, so we're gonna see a trade here, and then I assume we have to be seeing the wing
Yeah.
down. I guess there's a world where Michael comes in with wing 0 Hero Yui,
Maybe.
and those are the 2 cards he has, and that's why he played that out like that.
He's just moved all 9. And it is.
He has it. He takes the game.
Congrats to
with
Michael.
Wing 0 Hero Yui.
2-1 to the West.
Now, all the West needs is for Junhai to come through and win Game 5.
However, this is a June high.
He has a history of unfortunate events taking place on cam, so we will see what comes of this Game 5.
Oof. That was very, very well played from Michael.
So I'm talking to Heine, and he doesn't love the idea of if it ends 2-2 having a tie. So I am discussing options with him. But hopefully, Junhai puts us in a situation where those plans are made irrelevant.
Yeah. Well, I think with the way it was in the first game, overtime rules would have gone to Team Japan.
It would have. I'm not in charge of that decision.
So to me, it's 2. I think realistically, if we're looking at it as an actual tournament, it's 2-2 right now.
Yes. I am solely here to handle the English side of things. I let Heine pick the tournament rules. He chose to have ties. That is up to him.
Oh, God, that was a good game for Michael. I think he just basically had everything he needed whenever he needed it.
He had some tough situations, so there was definitely some lines that he had to see to make it work, and he did a phenomenal job of spotting those lanes and taking advantage of the opportunities he was provided by his opponent. And that's nothing less than you would expect from someone that took second at a US regional.
Yeah, because US regionals are big. How big are the regionals over there? Like average numbers?
Let's see. So I believe we ended up with, I want to say 600 something in Dallas, which was the one that Michael took second at. I believe we came pretty close to capping either the LA or the Orlando one. I think it was the LA we came close to capping. Gatineau was somewhere around 600 something, and then I believe Orlando was high 500s, low 600.
Okay.
Orlando was 570. Are you sure 570 was the largest?
Yeah, so it's like so much bigger than like a at like the Bristol regional was 254.
Oh my goodness, that's tiny.
The thing is, though, that's big for over here, though.
Yeah.
So, because to me, it's just like it's how big the US is.
Oh, 100%.
Because it's all of your players going to like the same place, and there's more people in the US to do it. And also, from what I've heard in the US, because of just how big it is in generally, you have a much bigger culture of traveling a lot.
People travel for events constantly.
Because like you would go like, oh, I can go over a couple of states to do this event. Whereas for us, which would be like what, like a 3-4 hour flight? Sometimes I'm guessing.
So I have a verification on, there was a chatter that said Orlando was the largest at 570. We did have 635 in Gatineau.
Nice. Yeah, it's like for you traveling, like if someone said, oh yeah, I'm traveling I'm getting like a 3-4 hour flight to go to an event, is that like relatively normal?
Oh yeah, absolutely. That's just like flying halfway across the country.
Because in Europe, that's I'm just going to I'm gonna catch a 3-4 hour flight would get you basically out of Europe.
So
and that's seen as that's a big deal. It's not gonna happen that often.
When I went to the Gatineau regional, I actually spent about 12 hours each way between airports and airplanes.
God damn.
But also, I'm a psychopath. That isn't nearly as normal.
Yeah, it's just there's people travel less, so we get less people.
Yeah. And then it looks like LA capped at well over 700 players. So yeah, we had one event that was 500 something, one event that was over 700, one that was over 600. And then I don't know the numbers for Dallas. I can maybe go into my Bandai history and see that far back, but that's going to take a while. But the point is, US regionals are some of the larger ones. I know Japan gets a lot of people together, but they do this like pod system where it's actually like 8 small regionals rather than one giant regional.
Yeah, that's what I've noticed as well.
Nats is going to be so significantly larger than the US nationals.
It is June High, and then it is Heine in the last one. Mr. JP Streamer-san. In there,
Yeah,
yes,
we just
fuck.
need to hope that Junhai breaks his vicious cycle of not getting to play Gundam on stream. It looks like Dallas had 731 players.
God damn.
And that was still not as many as LA had.
Yeah, no, I think the easiest way is like the LCQs seem to be like the biggest, the bigger like volume of people that attend.
So our LCQ, I think, is actually going to be the smallest or second smallest event.
Because like over here, was by far the biggest with 422.
Yeah, I could be wrong on this. I think our LCQ is 512 people cap. But they're not doing a wait list in person day of. So I would not be surprised if we end up around that 400 number. I know a lot of people book for these regionals, and it's $30. It's not a high commitment, and then they fast forward, and maybe there's a job trip, maybe your family needs you for something, and then they just can't make it. And it happens a surprising amount to the point that a lot of people will actually go to North American regionals without a ticket because they just know they can waitlist in. Because they know a lot of people book a ticket and then can't show up.
That is, yeah, definitely not how it happens over here. But I think it's because in Europe we have better. Hey, boss, I'm taking days off.
So,
and they go.
Jobs here. I think a lot of people are able to get the day off pretty easily. But I also do think it's awkward. I think the closeness of people with their family in Europe is very strong, but I think it's very different than in the US. I think your family often provides a lot more for you in Europe and supports you more, but I think in the US there's a much greater expectation of hey, drop your personal stuff and give that time to your family if they ask for it.
Yeah.
We get a lot of, I get a lot of friends who are super competitive players, and they'll be like, oh, I'm not going to this regional because it's my niece's birthday and stuff like that.
I think it really depends on your closeness with family.
Yeah.
So if it was immediate family, I'm sorry, I can't do this. If they're oh hey, I want to if it's not mum or dad's birthday, I'd be nope, can't do that.
I'm super lucky to have a super supportive network. For instance, our last chance qualifier is on February 13th in Las Vegas, and I have a fiance, and I was like, hey, so Valentine's Day, I might need to spend it in a Las Vegas hotel room with 4 other guys.
Now this is why you drag her to the LCQ as well.
She did not want to go to Las Vegas with a bunch of dudes.
That is fair enough.
I was trying to talk Levi into coming to LCQ, and he was like, it's Valentine's Day, my wife will kill me. And I was like, no, bring her so I can pawn Skylar off on her, and you can pawn her off on Skylar. And then we can go to LCQ. I was like, I'll pay for a spa day or something, and he wasn't sold on it. I couldn't get him to buy it.
Oh, here comes the token spam. Honestly, I think it's very important to get rid of this base.
I completely agree. I think white base, if left unchecked, is one of the strongest cards in the game due to the fact that it just generates so many resources for you, effectively getting a free card every turn. That said, I also know Junhai is on green-white wing, and I don't think he has a particularly good way to deal with this at this level. I guess the dream would be Ale, Kira, bounce token, clear base, but I think that leaves you open to a lot of potential punishment, and you unfortunately lose that EX resource in the process.
Yeah, I don't know the type of deck. He's putting 4 sideways, so it might be.
So it's Ale. I think the Kira is coming down, and he's doing exactly that.
Yeah.
He is going to bounce the token, clear the base, which is phenomenal in the moment. But
we'll see how it comes. Yeah, it depends if he swings that. So because we know he's on blue. Yeah, I think I think swing is a smart thing, and it's on blue-green.
Okay, it's blue-green. I know Junhai has a high affinity for blue-green, so he is probably feeling a little jealous of his opponent at the moment right now.
Seeing those blockers. So yeah, definitely, I think good swing in that. Yeah, Rick Diaz there.
Swing that gave us a lot of information that we did not have.
In general as well, I think as well, because to deal with the ale would take things that would, like, most things that deal with the ale would get rid of the Rick Diaz in general.
If he were blue-white and you went ale Kira, it would have dealt with the Diaz, so it would have cleared and lived.
Yeah, but not knowing he's not on white though means he knows that he can't get the same AP reduction. So if he wants to deal with big threats, he needs to swing another of his big threats into it.
I think in an awkward way, this almost puts Junhai in a more aggressive position of he knows most of his pilot value is going to come off of attacking, and he's probably going to start to get a lot more aggressive into this blue-green, because blue-green has a lot of punching power. It can hit really far above its weight class, but the downside with that is it doesn't really have any good defenses. It doesn't have any good cards that keep you safe. I know there was one unfortunate Game 5 where the card that they used defensively was Peaceful Timber. But aside from that, I don't think there's a lot of defensive options for the blue-green player here.
4 and 1.
Guy probably just wants to start throwing haymakers left and right if possible.
Oh, there's the there's the Gundam
There's the answer. So I have to assume this is going
into the ale. Yeah, if
it's
not, oh, that's a. This is
guy has a free swing into the Gundam.
This is entirely just going to be a value play. Yeah, you just get to swing for free into it. You don't die.
Yeah. I guess double gun tank is threatening.
Yeah. But again, that's a lot. The Lefrith comes out.
That's a pretty low worry. He knows he doesn't have white, so there's no access to bounce, so he can save.
Yeah, Sword Strike.
Which is not something you often see in this format. Almost everyone is on white.
Yeah. Big thing you need to make sure you focus on though is with a card size, the hand size. Like Junhai has a lot on board, but also it might not take too much to just make it evaporate again.
He is 100% falling behind in hand, but if he can get to his next turn with these 3 units on board,
he's such a good position to just swing everything.
That puts his opponent at.
Yep, there's one ping. Are we gonna see it?
Here it comes, and this redefines the board state here.
Yep.
We're still in a good position on Junhai's side of things, but it is much worse off than we were 10 seconds ago.
And there's a blocker. Is it actually? Does that becomes blocker at 3, doesn't it? But it's level 5, so it doesn't matter too much. So we're gonna see a wing link. Yep. Probably going into the
Having a blocker does make this a lot more interesting here.
Yeah, breaches through.
Yeah. And then he's continuing here pretty passively.
Well, I think he knows he has a couple of turns.
He does. It is very beneficial that he got the first early swings in, so he gets to play from ahead, which I think isn't often the situation green-white is in. I think typically you get stuck playing from behind, hoping that your wing 0 is going to even that out. And here he gets to play a little more aggressively in the early game, which really just opens up him having control of the game until that hand gets emptied by his opponent.
Yeah, and honestly though, I think not blocking. Then again, he can't really get through to the wing. Because this wing's just going to get so much value because it can just swing into. It's going to get it's going to swing into the Archer next turn and live.
Any Amuro link here is pretty defining of this board state on this side of the field, though. So
Yeah.
he's tapping 4, so I think we might be seeing exactly. Oh no!
Nope. Wing.
We're going to see Wing Hero coming down on his side of the field as well.
Yep. Oof. Just gives him the token. So this tells me he's going to have something in hand because he offered the wing trade, I think.
Yeah. Swinging out seems pretty aggressive here.
Yeah.
On this side of things, I saw he wanted to turn that Forbidden Gundam sideways, but he's hesitant.
Yeah, well, the thing is, it doesn't have blocker right now.
I'm pretty sure Forbidden Gundam just always has blocker.
Is Forbidden the one that's always got blocker? Because I know Blue has a bunch.
So. I believe Forbidden's blocker, and then during your turn, this unit can't receive battle damage from enemies level 2 or lower. I think it's like a blocker that basically has built-in mini wound.
Sure. Yeah, okay. I was getting mixed up with one of the other ones. But yeah, there's the Amuro.
So
Oof, unforeseen.
to get that kill and keep Wing alive, he only had 1 card in hand, I believe, but it was the most valuable card.
No, he had 3 in hand.
He had 3? Okay.
Hmm?
Oh, yeah, I see the 2 there. I'm just blind.
Now, how did that kill the wing? It only had 1 damage on it.
The Wing took 3 from the Forbidden Gundam with Amuro on it.
Yeah, I'm being stupid. Sorry. Ugh. Brain no worky sometimes.
Hey, that's the story of my life, man.
Ugh. Yeah, honestly though, tempo is not looking great in Junhai's favor unless he can. Oh, makes another 4-2.
This is fine. I honestly think he probably wants to take the aggression here. And
Yeah, yeah, that's what I would say.
I think there's a world where not taking that swing comes back to bite him.
Yeah.
Because the only punishment available if he takes that swing is if his opponent plays an Amuro.
Yeah, I think either way it comes, you just block with a 4-2. You need to get rid of the wing now.
Yeah, you 100% take the block with the sword strike. Hopefully breach something or burst something.
Lifrith.
Down 3 cards. I guess he's kind of break even, or no, he's 1 card behind because his opponent has 4.
Ooh, that's rough.
That is not great.
That's
is going to get cleared. That swing would have been very
hero to hand. Ooh. Yeah, how many cards in hand is that each now?
2 and 2.
2 and 2.
So Junai is still kind of down a card because he is going to be using that Hero Yui to hopefully clear the wing. Or I guess here now you clear the Forbidden Gundam and then hope he swings into your wing.
Yeah, what are we going to see here?
The dream would be
Gundam Amuro.
Gundam to link with the Hero Yui.
Gundam Amuro would also be huge. But he's on white. Yeah, I don't know. My dream. There's so much blue-white from the side of the west. I've just been conditioned into seeing it.
Oh, he has the Kira. So I'm guessing he has something for that hero.
Swings in, gives it -2.
Yep.
So it survives the hit.
Yes. It will survive. It will survive either if he is blocked or unblocked.
Yeah.
And this is going to be a major swing in tempo here.
Yeah. I think he's just checking how many. His thing is just asked how many pings he's used.
Yeah.
The thing with being on blue is you do have access to those pingers, so being left on one is always scary. But you know, it's gonna be 3 cards in hand. Yep, lets it die. I think the way he's axing there. I don't think he has the pinger in hand yet.
Yo.
But I think he's hoping for a.
And then we're gonna get a blocker down, and he's just holding on to that hero Yui.
Yeah. If there's no pinger, then it's huge. That's 3. Show resolve. Looking for it.
This is a card we hate to see this late in the game.
Yeah, that's such a, again, because hand size was so low.
Yeah. Because they were 3-1, and now it's 4-1 in hand.
The question is, do you just let your wing die here and then use the lift for your aggression?
I think you have to. There's 2 trains of thoughts here. The first one is you block with the Lafrith and accept that you just gave up a unit for nothing. But then if he has something bigger that he plays, you can take it. But I just think that's a very hopeful way to think, and I think you need to be more realistic in your decision and take the hit.
Yep. Plays 1 as I found to the base.
And that is not what you want to see come down. And that is not what you want.
Is that a 3rd wing link on for Heine?
I think so.
That's brutal. Honestly, I think he needs to see a 0. He needs to see a 0 link here.
0 link would put us back in the game. And we do not have the 0 link. So I guess we just sit here.
Yeah. I think
It's a really unfortunate turn of events.
Yeah, I think being able to play from ahead is helping Junhai here. You know, he had the good start.
Absolutely. It's keeping him in the game.
Yeah, wing 0 on any side, though, is kill you. Just... So I think next turn, if he doesn't see anything... Oh, yeah.
So the nice thing is, Heine cannot force Junhai to give up Ale.
Yeah. Perfect. Caesar base.
This could be huge. Hopefully that is the wing 0.
Yep.
And if Heine doesn't commit cards to board here, my best guess is that he just has a lot of small guys that he doesn't want to put in front of a 0.
Oh, that's rough.
So the good news is, if he has a wing 0, this does not change anything.
Yeah. The issue is it's just more cards to his hand, more utility.
Yo.
I think he's asking for how many like wings he's seen, like things that can link with it.
Yeah.
But yeah, Heine has just had a high roll though with like 3 Winglinks, like turn 8. You see 3 things. We see a Gundam.
Okay, so we
Really need to see. Really.
wings here are it is 110% game.
Yeah, I think it's just out of his entire hand.
I don't think he got it.
Yeah, well, it all just depends on what we see. I think, at the minimum, he needs to get rid of this wing.
He needs wing 0, link the hero Yui, take out the wing, leave his opponent with the Gundam. You maybe just swing the ale face to get the base down a little. Because the downside is if you play the ale and he comes back with wing 0, your ale is gone.
Yeah, that's separating 5,
Yeah.
which tells me wing.
I don't think there's any 5 that saves it though.
I see where you put the hero on the ale, you get rid of something, yeah.
I think you normally want to bounce the Diaz here.
Yeah, because of the breach. Yeah, you kill the wing.
And now we're in Prayer City.
Unless that was the one and then he plays... No, because then he would have just kept it alive. Yeah, I think it's because he has 6 health. This puts it at 6.
Yeah. I guess, yeah, if he's leaving his board empty, it doesn't matter what he bounces.
Yeah.
I do still think you bounce the Diaz, because if an Amuro came in here... I mean, I guess it's game if Amuro was
Yeah.
either way, whatever he bounces. At that point, the link is negligible. I think...
this is...
Unless he has a blocker or a base.
He needs to see
Wing 0.
specifically wing 0 and a base.
Or wing 0 blocker.
Yeah. Wing 0 base would be insane. Just...
It'd be super clutch. Yeah, G Shadow. Heine is still on blue-green mid-range. And it is putting in work.
There's the base. And there's a wing. Nah. Doesn't quite have it.
That's gonna be game. On that note, I will be... I guess if it's unforeseen incident, he can live this, actually. No, he can't. I lied.
Yeah.
But on that note...
It's naval.
I'm going to run to the bathroom, because I think I need to play a game.
We gotta figure out, because it's technically 2-2.
So I'm gonna...
We will see what happens.
Tell me about this and run to the bathroom.
That's 2-2. Junhai once again just not being able to play because someone sees 3 Winglinks in a row. It's a tie, though I think they're going to try and figure out how to make a tiebreaker. I think that's what the is going to be checked. Because I think currently it's a little bit all over the place because there was a tie round 1. Because, you know, it's a blue-white mirror. What do they expect is going to happen? So potentially, there's going to be one more game. For the full decider. Junhai, you just couldn't finish it up, could you? No, I know. It's that it was just on luck. It's just your opponent high rolled. There's not much you can do. Like, you played super well, but sometimes sometimes it just does not work. Oh. Maybe one day. One day you will break the curse, you'll be able to play and not have your opponent do that to you.
Okay, I am gonna be.
He's gonna be Yeah, I think he's just going to try and figure out what's going to happen. No, like with the states that we're in with a 2-2-1 record on both sides. Oh, yes, we might have one more game. Oh. Yeah, I am going to be right back. I need to take care of something real quick.
Oh, let me move my lighting real quick. Half my board is super shadowed.
Hey, I'm just going to ask, who is it that's playing and what are the names? Because we have a round 6.
I did not see this.
Yes. I'll type it in the chat.
Unfortunately, my kanji is not good.
Oh, I put it in the
まあ、
chat.
白は読めるわけないからそれは
Wakarimasen.
そうね
I believe that's the correct word. Yes, I believe that's don't. Pronunciation butchered. Oh
I
my
put it in the
god.
chat for you.
Thank you. I keep on I have mocked my terrible Japanese with one of my friends a lot, so I have a lot of very poorly pronounced phrases. This is Dom.
You're fine.
Yeah.
今これも変えましょう
Let's get everyone facing the right way.
画面どう映ったかな
Fun fact, I've only lost in the finals of a new type challenge to one person, and that person is literally on my sleeves. And I am always reminded of that failure now.
おパーティーパロ
何さん。ドムがニュータイプチャレンジの決勝で一人にしか今まで負けたことなくて、
バケモンだろ
その相手がこのスリーブにいる人ですっていう。
あこの人さ、スリーブでさ、人にマウント取ってくるんだよな。スリーブフィアンセなの、マジ相変わらず強すぎだろ、本当に。 Okay, your fiance sleeve is very, very so cool. Your fiance is very strong.
He is.
You too. 赤さんやっちまってください。
じゃあ、2、3、1。
乙女のスリーブね、フィアンセ映ってるんで。
We'll go
負けるわけにいかない。
3, 1, 2.
3、1、2。はい。さあ、3、1、
そうだよ、スリーブまでやって、それだね。オッケーオッケーオッケー。
Yeah, best of luck to both players. But Dom, take it home.
I rolled 6.
お互い頑張って、でもドム勝ってねって。
Okay.
Second.
Okay.
Well, I will go back to Mute Town for the stream. However, I think this time for the final, we will keep a. I will keep player voice on.
さすがに代表戦なので、この試合は、時間制限は一旦設けません。
Especially
一旦
because
あ
a.
まりかかってるようなら一旦なんか声はかけますけども、基本的には時間制限を設けません。
However, I'm going to turn Heine down, who is doing the commentary.
あ、ごめん。もう一度いいですか。
So, if we are ready.
Okay. Dom, are you okay? Since this is the final round, no time limit.
Yes, I am more than fine with that.
Okay. 喜んで。
はい、
喜
喜
んでそれ
んで。
でやります。
The peep sleeves. Also, I hate how I know what Yorokonde means because of that one song.
Good luck.
Good luck, have fun. Pass turn.
My turn. Draw. Resource. Pass turn.
Zawart. Pass turn.
Okay. Draw. Resource. Decrease. Pass turn.
Pass turn.
The blockers are starting early.
Attack. Base.
I'll take.
Play Ghost. Gundam. Pass turn.
Gundam. Amuro, rest your Gundam.
Okay.
I will send Zawart at Gundam
Okay.
for 4.
Take.
Zawart.
Send Gundam at Rick Diaz for 6.
That is very good. Very good start for Dom.
Pass turn.
Start. Draw. Resource. Focus. Airstrike. Pass turn.
Yeah, this is the finals. I can do. And also, we have one more person joining the call.
Alright.
Welcome, Junhai, the man who could not close Game 5. And who just could not close a game on stream in general.
Don't say that. It's rough out there. He triple wing linked me, one of which was from a show of resolve into the third one. That was insane.
Yeah, that was...
End turn.
Rough.
What can I say? He's just he's powerful.
さてと、
Yeah, it was a pretty good game. All right, but yeah, Dom was in pretty good position.
Yeah, no, had a very strong start. And he's just been able to like kind of deal with and clear board.
ガンダム、
Yeah, I was
テイ
wondering
クオ
why
フ、
he.
ルブリス、
I figured he was taking the EAX base hit in the beginning so he can clear
How
it
many
out so he can
cards
put a
in there?
base up, and then that seemed to be what he did.
5、
Okay.
And then the trade up for Zowart for the Gundam was nice.
Yeah, for sure. But that's why started Gundam so good. It's just the 1 AP always comes in clutch.
Yeah, it lets your whole board just get so much more value. Even more so for like four attack units breakpointing up to 5 or niche situations, but boosting 6 attack units up to 7 to kill Wing Zero is pretty huge too.
Always.
Yeah. Starting to get value off of the Gundam, but if the Japanese player has any pilot, they can easily get rid of it with the AL.
Yeah.
If he doesn't have anything else to play, though, this is kind of a
Breaker
weak
pack?
turn. Because there's nothing stopping the Japanese player from just breaking base. Is that a striker pack? I believe so. I don't think that's not exactly great either. So that's also fodder for a potential
for the-
target for the AL strike.
Yeah.
But if he doesn't have a pilot though, then this stops the AO or the Gundam from swinging.
Yeah, so it's just blue white versus blue white. So it's going to be another long game.
ワンコース、
Yeah, it could be dragged out
バウンスソード、
potentially. Blue
Yeah.
White
There's the bounce.
has a pretty good option of tempo. Ooh, Soletta, another Soletta.
エールアタックトゥベース、
Yeah, I've noticed Soletta shows up a lot more in the Japanese lists.
Yeah.
コース、
It's like we don't see it that
バ
much.
ウンスガンキャノン、
Ooh, pretty big.
アタックシール
Ooh, this is pretty big.
Yes.
Both the tokens.
Yeah,
ド、パターン、And three.
Gundam.
keeps that. This
If he wants to
is
get really aggressive. He can swing out the lift rift too, potentially. But having two layers of defense to protect your other things is fine too.
yeah. It's a kind of scary though. Dom's in a really rough position. That's a massive tempo swing.
Kira, I will bounce.
I mean, the double AL.
Yeah,
pair with, like,
gets rid of Lifrith.
He got rid
I
of
will
both of his
attack
tokens.
Gundam.
ガンダム、
Right.
テイクス、
I think that's definitely very good.
Spins it for 60 for Gundam. Gets that for free.
I honestly I think he needs to swing into the other ale here.
Will attack
Yeah, I think he
AL,
swings
giving minus
into the
2
AL, minuses
to
it, and then
your
forces
rested
either
AL.
the other Kira AL.
Yeah, I think he's threatening the unforeseen. Yep, just gets rid of it. That's definitely the one you want to get rid of because the other one can't reduce AP. So it would just no, Bunnet Treek's got the +2.
I will
It can trade in. It can kill the Amro Gundam for free, but assuming Dom has nothing else.
Yeah. But that was a real just being able to get 2 ale bounces is very good, especially on tokens.
Yeah.
ワンコース、アクエンチェク、
Oof, that's rough.
エールアタックトゥガンダム、
okay.
Yep. Then you can just spend 2.
テイクオフ、ユースアクエンチェク、
Yeah, that's a
4コース、エールストライク、2コース、ルビー、
The fifth comes down. This is
3.
Another ale strike.
Overflowing.
How many cards does Dom have? Because this guy, the Japanese player, is getting a bit low.
3 cards,
I will discard Gundam.
but Dom has like
Dom has a pretty.
I
it looks
think he
like
has
a
like
very
7,
healthy
8
hand.
cards in hand.
Yeah.
Corsica.
Koska gets a couple of units out. Oh, is it his first? Oh, it's his first. Koska gets a 4 out.
That could be useful.
Pilot again on that other ale.
Yeah, well,
The ales are coming in so clutch right now.
I think I put it in my questionnaire. It's definitely my pick for a favorite card. It's just so it's like one of the most versatile cards in the game.
3. Does he have the ammo?
Offensively,
Then
defensively.
pass turn.
No, he does not.
Oh,
Yeah, I don't know. I don't have Dom's deck list, so I don't know what his high end is. I'm assuming Freedoms and like Unicorn, Striker Pack.
I think it's. Is he on Freedoms? He probably has Justices for sure.
4-2.
エールアタック2コルシか。
Yeah, but I think it's just do this and then restand. Dom is just
ルブレスアタックシールド。
yeah. Dom is just being put through the blender right now. There's his ale. Oh, all the ales are just completely wiping him
ユー
out.
ザーゲンジ。ワンコー
He
ス
needs.
平山。
Yeah, there it is. Again, another link with Ale Strike.
アタックシールド。
Yeah, I think it's over.
That's so real. Yeah.
I don't know what Dom can do to get out of this.
His own Ale Strike link would be a really good start. Get rid of the token, let him trade off into one of these ales at the very least.
Sword Strike. Kira.
Oh, this is
I
good.
will Attack
It would need to be a
Ale,
multi.
giving
Oh, that works too.
bouncing
That works
Sword
too.
Strike and giving -2 to
Into
This-
the Ale
the
Strike.
active ale.
probably, Right?
チェック A。
Ale Strike, bounce the token. You either
Take.
force the Soletta Ale to trade or you take
Yeah,
the ale.
I think you're saying give me the trade, like keep the Kira Ale and trade, or else.
I'll pair Mula Flaga and I
If
will
he has a
attack
Kira here, he can put it into the
for
Gundam and then
5.
eat the lift for
Take.
3. Mula Flaga. This works too. He can still eat the lift riff, or a friend
You have
or ask him to trade
3 in
off
hand or
the
2.
ale strike.
Ugh.
Okay.
For Dom does have the card advantage. If Dom can get down just a couple of blockers, we've already seen 3 ales come down,
Yeah, if he
which is
stabilizes
so much
here,
of like the
he's
massive
down, we can
tempo
do-
control.
Nice. So with this, the Soletta Ale can't swing anymore, and next turn he can break the Archangel.
5コースト。エアリア。ワンコースト。
The
Oh
crazy thing would be-
no! He just hit. He
Yeah, the
just
crazy thing would be a
hit.
4th one. Yeah, here.
Ale Strike.
2コースト。ユーザーゲンジ。
And
Needs
he's still not dead, though.
needs to see a base. God, what can he do here? I don't think there's anything he can do. He needs to see a base and a blocker.
エールアタックプレイヤー。
Yeah.
I'll block with Diaz.
Does he have enough commands for the blocker tag?
パターン。
Do we need to see a base, Dom?
I will attempt 5
Among
at
all those
base.
cards, surely he has
ブロックリクリア。
a base.
Maybe he gets that. If he plays a base, that if he has the base, it's so good.
Gundam,
No, this is.
Corsica.
Oh, he does.
And then I will
Alright.
pass turn.
This is huge. And then
The issue is he needs one more base because he's just going to keep restanding that.
トリコスト。
Oh no, that's the worst. That's the worst.
Oh god,
アタックコーチか。
this is definitely pretty brutal.
Unforeseen incident.
Oh, that's oh. Oof. Oof. God, this is so close. He's so close to stabilizing this game. Oh, if Dom is on Unicorn package, you can get that rested.
I don't think he's on Unicorn, but if he does break base
You're on
this
Gundam?
turn,
Oh, that's good. Okay, so
7 into base, -2 on
oh yeah.
aerial. 3 at you.
oh, that's scary.
3 at you.
And force for the Leos. Alright.
6 at you.
There's one of them.
And then pass.
Oh god, if that's giving him a link now.
One cost. Okay.
Oh,
Yep.
One cost.
yeah, he knows he has. We have the pilot, so he's digging for the link.
Discard three.
Okay.
No, I don't like that.
Gundam.
Oh, fine. Oh, it's over.
Attack base. Attack player.
Oh.
Yeah, you got it. I had 2 navels.
Does he have a
No.
double unforeseen? No, double unforeseen doesn't even do it here. He need triple because it's +1.
Yeah, Amuro couldn't have rested to rebuild.
Pilot.
Yeah. Double nail. That's
Yeah, it was all the arcade. It was the 3 Ails into just Archangel that he just couldn't get past.
yeah.
The West truly has fallen.
You know, there's some crazy shit out there. Can't be helped. I think we are
No blockers.
wrapping up. Very close.
I only
games
saw
this
2
time
of my
around.
blockers.
No.
Or 3, I saw
Incidents
3.
like last time.
おめでとう。
いやー、緊張した。
We did see a lot of work
お
on
めでとう。
いやー、しましたね。
this game, but I think as you guys mentioned,
地合い2枚でしたね、ここ。
if you're not behind, then
優
it's
勝
quite
お
good,
めで
but
とう
when you
ご
are
ざい
behind,
ます。
it struggles to do things.
Oh. Congratulations to the Japanese side.
Yeah, they take it again. But this one was much. I think at least compared to the last time, I think it wasn't a blowout. If I remember right.
Oh, that was just very unlucky. So many Ails.
言える。それ言える
Yeah. Very, very strong.
Thank you.
Dom, next time, just top deck better.
I tried, man. I tried. I needed a blocker. I couldn't find a blocker.
And even then, it was an Amuro that finished you off, so it wouldn't have mattered.
I have freedom. Thank you very much.
Okay, you have needed to find a specific blocker.
Yeah, no. I sat there. I had the 2 navals in hand from like turn 4 on, and it just wasn't going anywhere.
Oof,
I
that's...
didn't see any blockers.
Oh. Yeah, so that was a very, very good tournament. Nice and close. And I think close games make for good tournaments, you know? It wasn't a complete washout.
And we finished in time. I can still go to an ST.
Yeah, it was
大会がめちゃめちゃ
last time.
Nice.
接戦だったっていうところで、
I
全然どっちかが極端に強いとか弱いとかっていうのなくて、全部いい近い戦いだったから、いい大会の兆候っていうところで。
Yeah, thank you again to both people both on the Japanese side and on the West side. I'm sure Heine's stream was also very entertaining as well. I wish I could say that in Japanese so I could just say directly to you properly. Makoto can translate.
ちゃんと直接日本語でお礼できたらいいのにっていうところで、みんな本当にすごい良かったっていう。
God, I've missed streaming so much.
Yeah, Heine also wishes he could say, his thanks in English directly himself as well.
Yeah, at some point I'm going to get back on learning Japanese again. I just need to...
日本語は勉強するってまた Yeah, next time let's speak Japanese then is what Heine said.
Yeah, clearly little understanding I have. I can get a little bit. Oh, that's right. I forgot. I turned Heine down because there was a lot of volume talk when I was talking. That's why I was like, I thought I could hear Heine at some point. There was a crossover from what I was saying at the same time at the beginning of that round. I apologize, Gome Nasai.
I have a favor to ask.
What's the favor?
Can you gather as many balls as possible, and then once you have a ridiculous amount of balls, ship them to me?
Sure.
See, I've started to try and collect as many of one card, but for me it's the aerial store tournament promo. Specifically participation, because I'm trying to get winner promos.
Oh, interesting. Wait, Dom, are you trying to be the Kabuto guy or something like that? Of balls or something?
Someone talked about Kabuto guy. I have not seen that, but presumably.
Yeah, you just buy all the balls on.
Yeah, in terms of stream, I want to thank everybody for being here. I am going to end stream there so I can just chill out now. It's been very, very, very fun. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I'm going to go into the Sundom one. Oh my god, Sundom. Sundom is tomorrow. Make sure to do that. We have this. This is an old graphic I forgot to change. But anyway, we have starter decks. Starter decks are allowed. Ooh. Yeah, thanks everybody for watching. I hope to see people at Sundom tomorrow, because that would be very, very cool to get back going again. I'm really looking forward to it.